Hello and welcome to Drachmae and Demigods. I am Sammy Ferber, and I'll be your host for the evening. Welcome and thank you for joining us. Just a few announcements here before we get started. Last episode, Revelations, is now on YouTube. It was uploaded on Thursday. If you missed it, it was a really cool one. It was a really fun one, I think. So definitely check that out on YouTube if you missed it, so you can catch up and watch live. But if you're watching this now, anyway, go watch that on YouTube. Also, if you haven't already, go and follow Fable Forge RPG on Twitch. They are starting a new campaign very soon, and I'm going to be playing in it. And it's going to be awesome. So definitely check that out, and I'll talk about it more, and I'll put on social media and stuff when we actually get a start date and all that kind of stuff. All right. Without further ado, let's jump into it. Oh, yeah. Ryujin will be here. He's running a bit late, so ignore the empty Ryujin frame on your screen right now.
He just popped in.
Hello.
In.
Oh, did he? Wait, why can't I see you, Ryujin?
You can't
What the heck?
see me.
Hold on.
He is invisible.
Oh, are you? It's not just me.
No, he's there. I was joking.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
God damn it!
I made things confusing. My bad.
Wait,
There's
so
a reason
can
that
you
people
see me
call
or
me problem
can you
child.
not
Okay.
see me?
Hold on. I'll get you. Don't you worry your
No.
pretty little head.
Now I'm confused.
I just gotta put you onto the actual scene. There we go. There he is. Beautiful and perfect timing. All right. So
I just took the fastest shower of my life, I'll be honest.
Well, I'm glad you made it. And I hope that hoodie doesn't make you super overheated with your post-shower heat.
It is.
Love
but
that.
I'm not taking it off.
All right. So, previously on Drachmae and Demigods, Anura and Triea, the young quartermaster of the Tromokratis, found themselves trapped by a group of hungry merfolk. But with their powers combined, they were able to fight off their foes and return safely to the ship. The next day, a dense fog filled the air around their ship, and all of the Hands of Fate tried, and failed, to help guide the ship through the emergency, instead pushing the Tromokratis a half-day's journey off course. That night, Ryujin was visited in his dreams once again by Tromokratis, who seemed intent on converting Ryujin to his side of the coming war. Later that same evening, Triea finally revealed her birthmark to Anura, outing herself as a daughter of Poseidon. Anura brought Ryujin into the field, understandable, and the two half-siblings had their first honest talk. Meanwhile, Ilmei tried twice to sneak into the captain's quarters, and finally, on her third attempt, she was able to pick that lock, and there she found the coded letter Ryujin had seen previously, and rushed to copy it down stroke by stroke to translate later. The following morning, Day 4 of the Hands of Fate's journey on the Tromokratis, Anura, Alexios, and Ilmei gathered at the front of the ship. Anura translated the letter, discovering that it was written to Cassandra by King Theseus of Athens, who seemed to have been behind the stories of this cursed ship, and had a hand in putting Seaman Anemios and Triea here in the first place. So, it is still very early morning, the sun is just rising, the crew is beginning to wake up and have their breakfast and get to their positions. The three of you on the front of the ship are the only members of your party that you have seen so far. Adagio and Ryujin, you assume, are still waking up and eating and beginning their day. So, the three of you have just finished translating this letter. What are you doing?
First off, the Captain Planet theme song is stuck in my head because you said your powers combined, so I apologize. I've been dancing in the background to it this whole time. I'm just gonna go see what I have to do as my job today because I don't know how to handle this information. I feel like we should handle it later.
So Anura is holding this coded letter, finishes translating it, and just walks away.
I can't deal with this right now. We gotta deal with this later. Give me some time to wake up first, please.
Not yet. Don't just.
What?
Just don't say anything.
I wasn't planning on it. Yes, I'm gonna tell the whole ship that we stole a letter from the captain's quarters.
No, you were hanging out with Anemios. I thought maybe y'all might have been, friends. You went down. No?
I He had some information that might help me find some things out, but then he didn't know shit. So
Okay,
Okay.
just don't want to
so-
die at sea.
I'm not planning on it. I've died on land before, not planning to die at sea. Maybe I should make a thing like die in like all of the different states. So like there was solid for land, liquid for the ocean, and that's just
You have to die
in the air.
in the air.
I mean, technically plasma is the fourth state, so I'd have to go to the sun and die.
Jeez.
Druid
Okay.
trials.
Druid trials die by every state of matter.
Okay, so shouldn't we tell the rest of like Region and Adagio though?
I think we might need to wait and do that later, whenever we have a little more time and aren't expected to be doing things.
We can meet tonight at dinner.
That's
Can
always a
find a nice
possibility.
little corner, talk it out, figure out what we're gonna do, and I don't know.
Okay. Well, yes, we'll reconvene.
We have
Reconvene after
3
a
days
brief
at sea.
recess.
Let's not make waves.
Oh my god.
All right, that's our show tonight, guys. Thank you.
Just needed to get a pun. That's all it is. That's our only goal.
Okay, well, I guess I'll go find Sana.
I guess
See
I'll
Alright.
what
go
she
find-
has.
Oh, I have to go find Treya. Jesus Christ. And now I know all this?
So the three of you quickly scatter from each other and go find your respective mentors on this ship. As it is day 4 and essentially almost the halfway point in your journey, I will now allow you guys all to make another check to see how you're improving with your skills on this part. So let's start with Adagio. Yeah, you thought you were in the easy street today, huh?
I'm sure after this, I'll talk in like the next 45 minutes once or twice.
So, Adagio, you're down on the rower's deck with Teos, the first mate. A bunch of the rowers are rowing, and you see as the day goes on, it looks like a shift change happens, and some rowers stand up with their oars, and more rowers come in. And you see at one point, one of the rowers, as he's getting up, accidentally hits his oar onto the back of the head of another rower, who just sort of gets hit by it, stands up and turns to the guy and goes, "Oi! The fuck you think you're doing, mate?" The guy's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to." Hey! Doesn't matter if you meant to or not, right? Watch where you're fucking going! They start to sort of go back and forth, and a crowd begins to gather around them. Teos looks at you and he goes, "Well, all you, buddy."
Oh, yay. We're gonna try to part through the crowd and get between these two men. I assume
Go
they're
ahead and
men.
make a strength check.
Can I rage?
You can if you want. It's a
I'll
choice.
go into a rage. How dare you make a scene on my ship?
Alright, go ahead and make a strength check with advantage.
Okay, good, because that first one wasn't a good roll. Okay, bet. I'm adding my strength to this. Where the heck are my skills? Oh, it's only a +2. Oh, well, whatever. It's a 21 anyway.
21. So, as you march toward them, your footsteps get heavier and heavier as you start to sort of huff and puff. Hey! And you part the sailors, and they're like, "Oh shit!" But the two guys who were actually in the fight are still just with each other, locking eyes. One guy, at first he was apologetic, but now that the guy's being a dick to him, he's willing to go blow for blow here. What are you gonna do?
So I'm gonna be a dick. I can't even. Damn, I was gonna use the spell right now. In the
But
middle
now
of my
you're
rage.
raging.
In the middle of my rage. I want to do. I don't. Wait. Let me. Oh my god, I hate everything. Jesus, I do not handle anything under pressure. Clearly. Can I just walk up and grab them both by the front of their shirts and toss them so they're looking at me?
Sure, I'll say, make another strength check. It'll be sort of like a contested strength check.
Is this a straight roll or?
You're still raging, aren't you?
Yeah. Okay.
So advantage.
It's a 13.
So you grab them both by their collars and you push them, and they both just go.
Very mom. I'm gonna
the
switch
the,
to
the aggressive one looks at you and he goes, "Oi, mind your business, all right? This is between men." What do you do?
I'm gonna drop my rage and I'm going to. I'm just gonna word of radiance the both of them. Hey, silence!
Okay,
And then I
hold
explode
on.
in light.
Hold on. I gotta look up exactly what the spell does. Word of Radiance. Okay, Constitution saving throw. That is a 16 and a 20.
You know what? Clearly, I need a little more intimidation work.
So this like brilliant light shines off you, and they both look at you like, "All right, look, fuck off. All right, we're busy. Now what the fuck were you saying?" And they just keep talking to each other.
Bruh, I suck. Oh my god. I should have prepared this spell because I felt like it. I hit everything. This is horrible.
If you want to call for Teos, you can.
I'm gonna punch the bigger one in the face.
Go ahead and make an attack.
This is how I handle all of my problems, right? What is that? A 17 plus...
Violence is the answer.
Violence is always the answer to every problem.
Welcome to D&D.
Okay, it's a +5. So yeah, that'll be a 22.
Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
What am I rolling damage with?
It's a fist, so it's
just
1
3.
plus your strength modifier.
Okay,
So you actually you don't roll at all. It's literally 1 plus your strength modifier.
Yeah. And it's a 3. It's a 3. 3 points of damage is what he gets.
He has 4.
Oh my god! Oh, wow! Don't guess it.
And he immediately like drops to his knees, and he just looks completely dazed. Like he's like a boxer. Like right before the guy gives him like the final blow, he's like completely stunned. Everyone else is in the stunned silence around you as they all sort of turn and look at
I
you.
wanna grab this dude who's now on the floor by the collar and be like, "Are you listening to me now?"
Intimidation check with advantage.
Oh, thank God, because I'm pretty sure it's like a minus something. No, is it? Who knows? No, it's a +0, so. That's a 4. That's a 4. 4 and a 3 is what I rolled. I rolled a.
Oh my god.
So you have him by the collar. He's looking up at you, completely dazed, and you shout at him, and he just goes. And spits in your face.
I'm gonna skull bash him.
Go ahead and make another attack roll. And this is just for this, add your strength modifier, no proficiency or anything like that.
We're not supposed to be killing crewmates.
I'm not killing him. I'm just knocking him unconscious. And I'm a cleric.
This is gonna be great for morale, okay? No one's gonna fuck with the Dazu after this.
The 23 again.
Yeah. You don't need to roll damage. He spits in your face, you just go, whack! And he goes limp in your hands.
I'm just gonna let him go. Let him slump to the floor.
You release, and he slumps. And everyone is just stunned. Even the guy that he was arguing with just looks at you and...
I'm gonna turn and point my finger at him. Was
He
this the dude
immediately
who hit him
backs
by
up.
accident?
Yeah.
Okay, because I assumed the bigger dude was the other one.
Yeah, the big dude was the guy that got hit.
Okay, bet. Damn. I didn't think forward to what I would I'm just gonna turn in a circle and speak to everyone and be like, I will not tolerate fighting on this ship. This ship barely has 4 walls for all of you to be together. You'll get along and you'll do it peacefully, or you're gonna have to answer to me.
They just all sort of look at each other.
And then I'm gonna cast a healing word on this dude.
Okay, go ahead and mark off that spell slot and roll that healing for me?
It's a 1d4 plus 3, so
it's full.
Full health.
Yeah.
Basically.
So
no matter
his
what.
eyes flutter open, and he just sort of rocks himself to sitting. And everyone's just sort of looking around, not sure what to do, and the guy who's still standing just looks at you and goes, "Yeah, sorry, sir. Won't happen again."
I feel terrible.
And the crowd begins to depart.
I'm gonna put my hands on both of them and be like, "Are we pals now?"
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
pals.
Yeah. Great.
You got a fucking killer right hook, mate.
Wait until you see my left. I'm left-handed.
I really not like to, please.
Don't give me a reason to.
Yeah, of course. Sorry. Back to Rowan.
This is the start of the Adagio villain arc.
Chaos does come up to you
said
as the crowd parts. Adagio. He comes up to you, he's like,
I'm gonna I'm so sorry. I don't know what I'm so sorry.
"Hey, listen. Some people rule with love, other people's rule with intimidation.
I'm so,
Gotta say, you kept him in line. You solved the problem. Maybe not how I would do it, but goddamn."
I
I'm
wanted
impressed.
if I could get gotten a word in and they'd paid attention, I would have gone with the love. But you know what? We'll work on the love later.
You're goddamn right. Go ahead and roll me, just for the entire day, an intimidation check to see how you do in terms of learning your new skills.
Oh my goodness. I had raised for like 3 seconds. 19.
19. Okay, so after that moment, word sort of spreads of basically just like, yo, don't fuck with Adagio. Like, if he tells you to do something, do it.
Everyone on the Hand of Fates are like, what happened down there?
Yeah. Some crew members go up to the Hands of Fate and they're like, "Hey, just so you guys know, don't fuck with that guy who glows. He's like serious." And you guys are like, "What the fuck?"
How would they feel about Honora if they knew Honora had knocked Adachi out like 5 times?
There's a hierarchy. Bigger fish.
I wish I had
Just don't
the
know it.
control water spell at this very moment, because like that's intimidating and all, but I could literally make a whirlpool that could like fucking annihilate.
For sure.
I mean, you know, if
But I chose a goddamn water elemental because I'm a dumbass.
Hey. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a
Did we
clip on
name
the
him?
channel titled Ryu the Dumbass from when you shot the camera, so
It's true.
I love.
gotta
it's my
live up
favorite
to the
moment.
name. Gotta live up to the name.
All right. Listen, with his 7 intelligence, he is.
Ryu the Dumbass.
Yeah. All right.
I accept it. It's fine.
Who
I
wants to be next?
roommates in the future. My bad.
Just
Alexios,
really
you want to
quickly.
go? You're muted.
Yes.
By the way, buddy. Okay, awesome. So, you begin your day with Rangrim, the bosun. You're sort of going around. Your task today is to just do an overall inspection of the ship itself. The interiors of each of the rooms, just making sure that everything is in tip-top shape. You're doing it. You actually got let into like the officers' quarters for the purposes of inspecting the walls and stuff. And you're down in the hold by the brig, essentially the jail cell that's currently empty on this ship. And it looks like there's a puddle on the floor.
A
Oh.
puddle.
Yep.
I want to point it out to the the
Rangram.
bosun is with me. Yeah, Rangram.
he-
I'm just gonna point it out.
He is, yeah. What?
There's a puddle. Like, is that cause for alarm? I don't know. That could mean a leak of some sort, right?
Could. Certainly could. Right. I'll go get some tools. You keep inspecting. I'll be right back. And he leaves.
All right. I want to inspect where the leak is coming from, seeing if I could find that. Maybe.
All right. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Investigation. Okay, that's a 22.
22. So looking around, especially like at the center of this puddle, you do see what looks like, with the 22, it's very clear that this is a spot that was previously patched up before, that there was some sort of damage to this spot that was then patched. And looking at it now, it looks like the patch job wasn't the best. And it looks like it is starting to leak. And you know that means that Rangrim didn't do the best job.
I am going to cast Mending on the patch job. See if I
Okay.
can get anything done with that.
You got it. You spend the next, I think, what is it, 1 minute, 10 minutes, something like that? You spend the next period of time, you pull out your 2 stones and place it on either side of this sort of fucked up job and begin to connect the arcane lines between them as slowly the wood begins to sort of set itself right. And it seems to stop the leak. But now you're unsure. And this is, you know, you have not seen the entire ship yet. Like, you're still at the beginning of your sort of ship-wide inspection. But if Rangrim did this, who knows what else he's fucked up.
Okay. Is he coming back yet?
Probably soon.
I'm just gonna like look around and see if I see any more leaks.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Perception. I don't know if that's good. It's a natural 20 though.
Okay. No more leaks, no. But looking at the hold and looking at these lines of hammocks that, you know, the men sleep on, you guys sleep on, you do notice one of the hammocks, it's like there are 3 hammocks directly on top of each other. Currently, the night crew is getting into these hammocks and falling asleep. It looks like the bottom 2 hammocks are already filled with sailors who are now asleep, as a 3rd sailor begins to sort of climb a rope to get into the 3rd hammock on the very top. And you see the nail that keeps one edge of that hammock on the wall is getting loose.
Okay.
At this point, Ragnar comes down and goes, "Right, so, that leak then."
I lean in close to him so like nobody else can hear, and I'm just like, don't worry, I handled it. I just also want to point out that that screw right there that guy's about to lay down on, it's a little bit loose.
What? As you explain this to Rangrim, this 3rd sailor finally gets up to the hammock and puts all of his weight on it, and you see the hammock go and all 3 hammocks just smash into each other and crash onto the ground. You see 3 sailors going, "Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? Who you?" And then they all just start fighting with each other.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna go up to them and like try and like break it up. Hey, just it's a technical thing. Don't worry about it. We can have it fixed in like. Just give me a couple minutes, right?
Yeah, right.
No
Fix
fight.
it then. Piece of shit. God damn, my back hurts already from all this fucking night work, and now I can't fucking move. Can't even sleep. God damn it.
Ooh, you know that glowing guy that's been fucking people up around here?
I've heard, yeah.
That's my friend. So I don't really want to, you know, we're trying to keep it low key, but he will bust heads.
Go ahead and make an intimidation check.
Please work.
Heads will roll. All I can think is heads will roll.
Can I casually pass by at this exact moment?
No.
16.
Adagio
16.
casually passes by a doorway, making direct eye contact with the person that Alexios is talking to.
The guy you're talking to, Alexios, just sort of like stares at you for a while. Like, you guys sort of like measure each other up for a bit before he just goes, right, just fix it. It doesn't happen again, yeah?
No problem. Do they leave or anything?
They like give you room to work, but they're trying to go to sleep soon, so they're just sort of hanging around.
Okay, so I'm just gonna move on and try to fix this with Rengar, but I'm just gonna like mutter to him like, we should talk after we're done with this, right?
I don't know what you mean. Sure.
You don't know what talking means?
I know what talking means. What do we need to talk about?
Something personal, like aren't we friends? Let's just get this done with. These fucks, cranky, please.
Yeah, alright, sure, fix it then.
All right. I am going to. Did all the hammocks fall, or did just one
All three
guy
of them
fall
fell.
into it?
All three of them fell. The weight from the other one broke that one, and then that broke the other one.
Great. We got a 3-tier situation. So I'm gonna start moving on that. Did the boards come out of the walls?
No, the boards are still there, but the nails all got pulled out of the walls.
Okay, so I am going to what I want to do is start with the walls, mend the walls, and then put the nails in again tighter,
Alright, go ahead and, are you proficient with carpenter's tools?
I think
I mean,
there's
probably.
a lot of tools. Sorry. What would that be under D&D Beyond? Oh, proficiencies in languages,
yeah.
guys.
Or I will say, do you see any tool sets there that seem like they could help you in this moment?
I have smith's tools and tinkerer's tools.
Okay.
Leatherworker. I have no carpenter skills.
That's all right.
That's
With smith's tools and tinkerer's tools, I'll let you make the roll. It'll just be a slightly higher DC than carpenter's tools. But go ahead and make an intelligence check with that proficiency.
I mean, technically, I'm only doing nails. I'm only drilling nails or putting nails in.
It's true.
And what am I rolling with?
Intelligence.
Just intelligence. So
plus your proficiency. Yeah.
22. What's our proficiency? 22 plus 3?
Probably. Yeah. So 25. Yeah.
Yeah.
So not a problem. Rangrim sort of watches as you and build these hammocks once again, stronger than ever before. The men sort of thank you and get back into bed very cautiously at first, and they're like, "Okay, yeah, we're good. And then you and Rangrim head upstairs. Yeah, right. What are you going to talk about?
Okay, so I just want to point out that I really appreciate you taking me under your wing. Right? And I really want to learn the job. And what I feel is if we just did a whole all around ship check and just check for even the small stuff so you can teach me how to do that. Maybe it'll be for the better.
Go ahead and make a deception check. I know you're not necessarily trying to deceive him, but you are deceiving him. So go ahead.
Deception?
Yeah.
Oh!
It
was a natural 18, but it turned into a 2, so it's a 4.
He also rolled a natural 20 on his insight check.
I felt that so hard. Sorry.
He sort of looks at you and goes, alright, we'll do a whole ship check. But, just one thing, I gotta check with Dewdrop about something about dinner, so why don't you do it yourself?
As long as you would let me,
I
in
trust
the
you.
free time.
I trust you so much that I am willing to put the safety of this ship in your hands.
Wow, that really means a lot to me. Like, we've only known each other for like 3.5 days. You
He walks
are a
away.
good man. Incompetence.
Allstate, are you in good hands?
So, for the rest of this day, as you go around finding different small things that are wrong with the ship, go ahead and make me another intelligence check with proficiency to represent how you're learning your new skills.
19.
19. Yeah, you're again, you're a natural to this. And there are a lot of, small, nothing like crazy drastic wrong with the ship, but there are a lot of small things that someone of your expertise is able to notice and quickly fix before they become far more serious problems. So yeah, you're doing well today. Yeah. Who's next?
I can go next.
All right, Ilmayi. So, you're up in the crow's nest with Sana. She's sort of looking. Do you know what it is to perceive when there is nothing to perceive, child?
You mean like staring into nothing?
Yes.
I mean, no.
Sometimes when there is nothing to perceive, you can perceive something far more mysterious. You can perceive Gaia herself. You can perceive Ouranos, the sky. You can perceive what is beyond. You can perceive Olympus and the other planes. You can perceive it all when there is nothing blocking your view.
Okay, why would I care about that though?
She just sort of looks at you. You and I have very different backgrounds, it seems.
Yeah, I'm more of a in the moment, trying my own thing. I don't really care about other things, worldly things. Why would that affect me in any way?
What does affect you, child? What do you think affects you?
I mean, always have to make sure nobody coming up behind me, making sure that I am always on my toes. Want to make sure nobody gonna come in and try and steal my crap. So that's kind of what I would perceive, rather than Gaia as a whole.
You clearly have grown up as a child of the streets. Predator and prey, yes?
Oh yeah. Yeah, why do I have to care about the sky?
Because if you do not care about the sky, why should the sky care about you? All of these things, they are not merely elements of the world, they are creatures. Ouranos is not merely the blue void we see above us, it is a primordial deity. It is the husband of Gaia, the father of the Titans. So when we perceive Ouranos, we are not merely looking at beautiful clouds in a pretty sky, we are seeing an ancient being, intelligent. And if we appreciate Ouranos, then perhaps the next time there is heavy fog, he will take pity on us and let us see.
Okay, sure. So when I'm looking in the sky, I'm looking for a dude that will hopefully guide me.
You are not a philosopher.
No. I am
All right.
very real in the moment. I
Let
don't
us be
care
tactical
about
then.
the what ifs.
Come here. And she actually goes down from the crow's nest and motions for you to follow.
Alright.
She stands at the far end of the forecastle, right at the tip of the ship, and she motions for you to stand all the way back by the wheel in the back of the ship.
Okay.
And she sort of shouts at you over the crashing of the waves. We have spent many days together now, girl. Tell me, how many rings do I wear?
Oh, frick. Oh, no.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
22.
22. You know she has, like, the rogue ring. You know she has it on her left pinky. That you are very aware of. And you think there's another ring that she wears on her other hand? You think it's just those two. You noticed that other one because it had a jewel in it. It was made of gold, so it looked like fancy. It's two rings.
Okay, I see 3 rings.
3 rings. I am all ears. Tell me, where are my rings?
You have 2 on your hands, and I don't know where her
One up your butt.
smuggler's thing is. Well, wherever her smuggler thing is that the one that you're talking about on the pinky?
Yeah.
Well, frick. Okay, well, I just said 3 because I wanted to. I was not expecting her to actually tell me where they are.
All right. 3 rings. Now you tell me, which of my 3 rings is the most valuable?
The shiny one. On her
And
other
why do
hand
you say
with it.
this?
Looks valuable to me.
So, you believe monetary value is more important than the value of information and camaraderie?
Well, if you have money, then you can do the things you want.
She approaches. Now, test over. She shows you her 2 rings.
Now just 2.
And she shows you the 3rd ring on her thumb.
Oh, nice.
And she goes, You are thinking like a thief, not like a mastermind. A thief will take the gold ring because it is shiny and bejeweled. But this jewel is merely colored glass, and this gold merely lead that is painted. It is worth nothing at all. This ring, she looks at the pinky, makes any criminal I see a potential ally. It allows me to know information I would not otherwise know. It is very valuable. But it is only valuable in the hands of someone who knows how to use it. If a pickpocket took this ring and did not know what it meant, it is, again, worthless. But this ring, she shows you this ring on her thumb. It's a simple black band. It looks fairly uninteresting. This ring carries magic. So while it might look uninteresting, it is extremely valuable, both in a monetary sense and in a practical one. But with this ring, she snaps her fingers and is gone.
Oh, I want that ring now.
And you hear a snap behind you, and she reappears. With this ring, I can be whoever I would like. So you see, girl, there is more than merely surviving. There is understanding that is equally as important.
Okay, But how would I go about knowing that that is magical? I have no freaking magical sense.
No, you do not. And she takes off all 3 of her rings and puts them in your hand. You will spend the
I
rest
got
of
some
this
rings.
day staring at these rings. You will look more closely, inspect more carefully than you have ever in your life. And you may stop when you see the magic. And she turns and she walks away.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go to Nora and see if they can help me out.
Anura, you've been on the deck of the ship with Triea this whole time, so you've seen this entire exchange.
This is the 2nd time today. You've come to me for help. Once because I'm a linguist, now because I'm a magic user.
Yep. So I'm just gonna walk up with these rings in my hand, and so Sonda tasked me with trying to actually sense magic. I don't know how to do that.
I actually prepared to detect magic today. That's the funny part.
I mean, I know which one's the magical one, but I have no idea how to figure that out.
Do I have any magic objects I could use as like an example? Maybe. Let me look at my
Yeah, I mean,
inventory.
anything magical on your person, yeah.
I've got the ring of shooting stars. I forgot I had that. I'll pull out the ring of shooting stars then, because she's already got a bunch of rings anyway. So, I mean, without like casting detect magic or something like that, I mean, I guess normally for stuff like this, it's just something I feel like I could use it because I am a magic user, but there's just like something innately different about it than like a normal ring. So like if I was to take the rings in my hand, Sammy, would I be able to tell which ones are magical without
casting a spell?
I just
No.
realized. Okay, if I like attune to anything, don't I figure out its properties, right?
True.
Is that what she
Yep.
was trying to get by? I kind of forgot about that. So I guess if I just
that's
stare
not
at
what
it,
I mean, that's perfectly something you can do. That's not.
Yeah.
You don't get the sense that's what she was like talking about. That's almost like it's like skipping to the end of the book. You know, it seems like she wants you to be able to look at a ring close enough to tell if it's magical.
So like you know that one of those rings you have is magical, right? You know which one it is. Well, you also now have another magic ring you can look at, like see if there's any differences in it. Like I don't know unless I basically am like trying to see if there's magic there first.
okay. So
Otherwise,
I'll
I
take
just
the
use
two.
it. I want
have
this
two
ring back
rings.
eventually.
I'll give it back. I promise. So I got these 2 rings, looking at them, trying to figure out how they're similar to the other 2 rings that I have.
Okay, so you look at all 4 of these rings, and you just stare intently at them. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
Oh, jeez. Well, I rolled a natural 4 plus 6, so I got a 10.
10. You don't
Loving
know
the-
if it's like the fact that Anura's there watching that makes you a little uncomfortable, or that you're like, I don't know. It's like someone who clearly knows the answer, and it's frustrating to you because you know the answer as well. Like you know which ones are magical, and you're staring at these rings, and they just look like fucking rings to you. Like you just don't get it. You don't get what Sana's trying to do, to the point where like after a few minutes you're like, is she just fucking with me because I like wasn't part of her philosophy class? Like this is just my punishment for the day. Like you're frustrated. Nothing seems to be clicking.
No, that's exactly what I think. Like, why should this matter? Why do I have to do this? And I'll just sit and stare at it for however long it takes me to tune this freaking thing, and I'll go to her and be like, okay, I got it.
Okay, which one are you trying to attune to?
To mine. I was like, did I ever attune to mine, Sammy?
You tell me.
Did I have to attune to it?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just assuming.
Click on the item and scroll down to the bottom and see if it tells you to attune to it.
I'm trying to. The team's calls in the way and it won't move. Yeah, it says attune. I didn't know I had to attune.
I
I've had
mean,
it
we'll
long enough. Can we
say
assume?
over the days that you have attuned to it. Yes, you can attune
Okay,
to it.
good. I
Yeah.
didn't realize.
I'll give it back to Honora too after I frustratingly stare at this ring for.
So you spend an hour trying to attune to this black ring, and at the end of the hour, nothing.
Okay, I'm gonna put it on and try and disappear.
You put on this black ring. You snap just like Sana did. Nothing.
Okay.
Um,
I'm gonna go to Alexios next because I know he's good at identifying magical objects.
Sure.
He's
You
next.
you come to Alexios as he is like looking at the wood between the captain's quarters and the female officer's quarters, and he's just like measuring it a bit and trying to see if it's like perfectly level as you approach.
Okay, I'm at a dilemma, Alexios. God is trying to make me find magic. I don't know how to do this. I have this ring. Can you tell me what it does? I've tried staring at it for the past hour, and I can't get it to work. She was able to disappear with this thing.
Why do I feel like this is a Peter
Can
Pan
I
moment?
see if the ring is magical? Would that be like an Arcana check or something?
It would be a detect magic if you have that spell.
I think I have identify.
Oh yeah, identify would work too.
Yeah, I have identify.
All right. You spend the 10 minutes it takes as you open your book and you examine your tools and you look at this simple black ring. And when the spell is over, it doesn't come up as anything in your mind. Like it looks like a ring.
Oh my gosh, she's lying to me. Okay, and then I'm.
Are you fucking with me?
Bring
As
it
soon
back
as
to
he
me.
said- as soon as he
Bring
said
it back
that,
to
I'm
me.
going straight to Sana, and I'm gonna just yell out her face, be like,
Oh,
"You
man.
are a liar!"
You should bring it back to me. I'll cast detect magic.
So you go up to
Nope,
Sana
I'm
and say
done.
that?
Yep.
Am I?
Yeah. I had somebody identify this freaking thing, and nothing.
Cheated.
I gave you a task, and instead you went to your friends who already are perfectly comfortable with magic, and asked for the answer instead. Have you never worked hard for something in your life?
Well, I mean, I worked hard to earn this. I'm gonna point to my little thing in my ear.
And yet you do not understand its value. So tell me. And she motions to like put all the rings back in your hand. Tell me, how long did you look at these rings before deciding to give up?
I looked at them for an hour.
And what did you discover in that hour?
Nothing.
Remember what I said about Oranos, about looking at nothing, and in doing so, seeing what is unseen but there at all times. Magic in this world does not merely come from nothing. It came from Hecate, and she created what is called the Weave. It is the magic that runs throughout our universe, on every plane of existence. It infuses everything. It is not entirely invisible for those with a trained eye. So, if you would like, I will take the rings back. Or, you can try again.
Okay, she has intrigued me. I'm gonna try again.
Okay. Go ahead and make another investigation check.
Let's use this one. That one was better. That was a 21.
Okay. So you look at these 4 rings. First, you stare at the black one. And it just looks like a goddamn ordinary ring. And again, you're starting to get frustrated. And they start comparing it to the guild ring, the ring that you are very familiar with. You have it as an earring, she has it as a ring, but you understand the markings of it. And you look at these 2 rings, trying to see what the differences are, besides that, like, they're made of different material. You can't fucking tell. Then you look at Anura's ring. Okay, it's clean. Maybe that's the difference. Maybe magic things are clean. Okay. You look at it. You look at it. And something gets in your eye or something. It, like, fades or fogs up a bit. And then it happens again. And the closer you look, it's almost as if... You know how if you're looking through a really hot thing and vision sort of warps around it? It's not nearly that intense. But just around the edges of this ring, it's almost as if the edges warp ever so slightly. As if they're waving. Ever so slightly. You turn your attention to the gold ring with the jewel. And around those edges, you see the same thing.
Oh, so I was right. Well, it's important. Okay.
You were right about which one was important, and you were right about how many rings she had.
That's awesome. Okay. I go back to her. I have the shiny
At this point,
ring.
by the way, that took like 2 hours.
Okay. Finally go up to her and I have the shiny ring and I have Anora's ring. And I just give them to her and I'm like, these.
So the girl has learned to see. Good. This will help you along your journeys. And she gives it to you.
Oh, cool. I would immediately snap my fingers in despair.
You snap your fingers, nothing happens.
Ah, dang.
You do have to attune to it.
I figured that how long I was staring at the thing, I would attune to it.
But you can add a ring of invisibility to your inventory.
Nice. I was gonna steal it from her if she didn't give it to me. So.
And just for the entire day and for these last few days, go ahead and make a perception check to see how you're improving.
Okay, let's use this one. Okay, well, it's another 4. My perception's a lot better. So 13.
13. Yeah, I mean, the more time you spend with Sana, the more, like, you thought you had a lot in common at first, and you do, but she's definitely more cerebral than you are, and so the connection isn't, like, as perfect as you were hoping it would be, but that being said, like, she knows what the fuck she's talking about. So you are doing it. You are certainly learning it, and you're good at perceiving shit anyway, so, like, who really gives a shit, you know? Okay. Ryujin and Nora, who's next?
It doesn't matter, but you're gonna have to put me back on the stream so I'm no longer frozen after my computer restarted.
I am.
I mean,
Sorry.
first if that's okay.
Doesn't matter to me.
Is it you, Gav?
Yes.
Alright. Ryujin. You're up at the wheel with Cassandra. So how are you enjoying your journey on the sea?
Going pretty well. Going pretty well. I like it. I'm learning a lot. You know, the crew is okay. It's strange being on the ship, but not bad. Not bad.
Take the wheel for a moment.
Okay.
You feel this thick wooden wheel, cold to the touch. The sea is in your blood. This ship is in your blood as well. For whatever modifications I made to the Virgin Naiad, this wheel has never changed. This is the wheel that your mother used. Feel the wheel. And feel the ship beneath it, and the sea beneath the ship. We are coming to a small coral reef. It is not terribly dangerous, but the coral are completely underwater, and you cannot see them from above. If we tear into this coral, it could give Rangram a bit of a job. But we will not tear into this coral, because the ship and the sea are in your blood. So, close your eyes and steer us to safety.
Okay, I feel like Regent would take a deep breath and then, like, you know, take the wheel, close his eyes. And
Go
just like
ahead.
be there in the moment, you know?
Go ahead and make a wisdom check, adding proficiency with water vehicles.
You said a wisdom check?
Yeah, with your proficiency.
Okay, hold on. One second. That's a total of 17.
17.
Mm-hmm.
You close your eyes and you feel the wood, and you smell the ocean, you hear the waves, and you're just there for a while. And your first thought is, how the fuck am I supposed to steer a giant ship with my eyes closed? But you push the thought away, because Cassandra wouldn't have done this if she thought you were gonna fucking kill everyone on board.
Wow.
Or maybe she would, and maybe this is the end of the Hands of Fate. But you can't let yourself think that way. So you just grip the wheel, and you take breaths in and out. And you try, it's almost meditative. You just try to expand your consciousness past your own body. You try to make yourself aware without seeing. As if all the hairs on your body stand at attention to try to reach more of yourself out. And you feel the ship. You feel the solid wood beneath you. And you've walked this ship for days now, for 4 days now. But now is the first moment that you feel like you truly know exactly how far the ship goes ahead of you. How much of it is behind you. You know what position the sails are in. Where the wind is. How many oars are in the water. You can hear the sound of the oars. You know the sound of 20 oars versus 100 oars versus 200 oars. You know that sound. And it's almost as if you can feel the bottom of the ship itself. And you feel coral coming closer as the ship barrels toward it. I need you to make 3 wisdom-based proficiency water vehicles checks.
Okay, so I just straight roll add my wisdom modifier and the proficiency bonus like last
That's
time.
right. 3 times.
Okay. Okay, so that's a 14. That's a 15. And And that is going to be an 18.
Okay. The first coral surprises you. You feel this presence coming toward the ship. But it still rocks a bit. You feel the ship almost in a bad situation, but it's almost like operation. You feel that buzz. You feel that first instinct of problem, and you swerve out of the way. But now you know what you're listening for. Now you know what you're sensing for. And when the next one comes, it's barely even a tickle before you turn out of the way. And then the third one, the largest of these coral passes. But now you know exactly what this feels like. Now you're in control. You know exactly how long it takes this ship to turn. You know exactly how fast you're going and how soon the coral will make impact with your ship. And it's second nature. You don't even consciously tell your body to do it, but you feel the wheel turning beneath your grasp. And then turning back. Smooth as butter. Good. As expected, but good.
Do a little little bow, you know, a little. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you.
All right, let's not get. All right. You are born to be on the sea. Don't forget that. No matter how far away from the sea you become, it is always here, waiting for you.
Well, thank you.
Go ahead and for today and the days prior, it's normally an intelligence-based water vehicles check, but because of your sort of unique approach to it, I'll let it be a wisdom-based check.
Okay, so same thing and no proficiency this time, right?
Yeah, with proficiency, yeah.
And that's just for today, or the like?
That's for like where you are in your journey of learning how to be a captain.
Okay, so I roll it 4 times.
Just once.
Oh, just once. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's not bad. That's not bad. I rolled a natural 18. And then wisdom and proficiency.
Yep.
So 22.
22. You are a natural on the sea. She said it, and you know it to be true. The sea is in your blood. And the fact that you can be on the sea, learning to be a captain on the same ship that your mother was a captain on, the ship you were conceived on, there's a lot of things going for you, and you can feel how just at home you are. You're natural. Anura. First things first, Traea teaches you a new wild shape today.
Hell yeah!
She's like,
Yeah!
Alright, we've been dolphins. But dolphins are great for hanging around and fucking around, right? But sometimes you need something faster, you need something stronger, you need something a bit more intense. So follow my lead. And she dives into the water.
Alright, I'm gonna dive in as well.
You dive in, and for a moment, as your eyes sort of adjust to this seawater, you have no idea where Traea went. And then you feel a presence behind you. And you turn, and as your head bobs above the surface, you see a single dorsal fin in the water around you, making a circle around you.
Do I get to be a motherfucking shark?
You can now turn into a reef shark.
Yes! I'm so excited about that.
So you guys are sharks for a bit, and you can like go eat some fish and stuff.
Anura shark do.
Druid shark do.
Oh, I have let her turn into something now. What do I want to do? I don't have anything as cool as a shark. Fuck. Let's turn into. I don't know. I don't have anything good. A giant lizard.
Giant lizard. Okay, sure.
T-Rex.
A giant lizard.
You gotta see a T-Rex first.
Ooh, can I see a T-Rex?
What if you see the like the skeleton?
Sure. If you go on an archaeological dig, and you find a T-Rex skeleton, you can become a skeletal T-Rex.
Legit.
Guys,
Legit.
we gotta go find it. We gotta go find it.
I will
That
say,
is my new mission.
all the dinosaur stat blocks in D&D, there is a place in my world where you could theoretically find them.
Sammy, where is this? I need to know now.
I am saying nothing else.
So I'm just picturing
Sammy!
Anora as like the T-Rex skeleton from Night at the Museum.
For sure.
Yes.
Just playing
Yes.
fetch.
I had to become a fucking shark. Sorry.
Alright, so you can add that to your extras. I will add giant lizard to hers.
You added crab to mine, right? Because I forgot to.
I don't know. But I think it was a giant crab.
Okay.
You
give
can
me a
add it.
minute.
You can add it yourself, you realize.
I kept forgetting to, so I didn't know if you had.
Oh. Well, you can see it on your list.
I am trying to find reef shark to add it currently. Said it was a giant crab,
I think so, yeah.
and
Actually,
if
I'm
it wasn't
confident,
added,
yes.
it's been added.
Amazing. You can now add reef shark.
It was already there, so now there's just 2 giant crabs.
Awesome. So, eventually, when you guys dry off and it's mid-afternoon, after you help Ilme and momentarily give her your ring, Trey goes, alright, so obviously it's easier for us to navigate with stars. But, at least with this ship and with a lot of ships, most of our travel happens at day, which is not as easy. It's easy to tell the time, but it's not as easy to navigate. So, there are ways to sort of figure out where stuff is even when you can't see it, but it's much harder. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. And she lays out her star map. You can lay out yours. And she talks to you about the placement of the sun and the placement of the moon, specifically, that you can see during the daytime. And using the sun to determine what time of day it is, and then seeing the position of the moon, you can then determine where the moon is in the cosmos, and that can sort of pinpoint where you are on your star map. It's a bit more of a complicated route, but with someone with skills in the stars like you, you're up for the challenge. Go ahead and make a nature check for me.
Okay. 22.
Bless you.
Sorry. It's 22. I don't know if that came out before I sneezed.
Yeah. So, it's harder than just looking at the stars, but it's only a few steps harder. It's almost like when you learn a basic math concept and then you get like the challenge question on the homework, you know? Like it's the same stuff. There's just maybe a couple more steps that make it a little bit more complicated. But once you understand sort of the premise of it, you're starting to get a hang of it. You also hear a message in your head at some point this afternoon. Onura, this is Skyman Fella from Delphi. Please excuse the following messages, as this is much too long for merely one. There's a brief pause. She goes, the elections for the Fishbone District and the Whispers have concluded. The Fishbone District will be represented by both Blackhand twins, who will share the responsibilities and single council seat. Brief pause. The Whispers will now be run by the former Scribe Mage Kenai, now Archmage Kenai. Brief pause. The trial of Sunman Karo will begin in the next few days. Rest assured, the vote of the Hands of Fate has been well established. Be well. And that's it.
Why did she get in contact? Why did they get in contact with me, of all people? So much responsibility.
All right.
I
So, for your journey with Traea as both learning new wild shapes and learning new information about the stars and all that, go ahead and make a nature check for me for the last few days.
That is a 21.
Yeah. This is like your shit. This is right up your alley. It's your favorite subject, and you're being taught by someone who is just as passionate about it as you are. Yeah, you're in your element. You're feeling good. You're feeling good.
Me in research. I'm being taught by Ow! I just hit my earbuds.
As the day goes on, Adagio, you get a message in your head. It is from a different priest in Delphi and gives you the exact same information that Anura has just gotten.
Do I know the priest?
Yes, it is not Therim Petrin. It is what's his name? Hold on, I'm pulling him up right now. It's the priest to Ares.
Who was the person who got in contact with me? Because I'm bad with names. Like, what did they do?
Skymonfella. That's the head priestess for Zeus.
Right, okay.
I got Ares.
I could have understood if it was the priestess for Artemis, because I was there a lot, but...
Wait a second.
Did I
So
even meet her?
Skymon is the name of the title of the priest for Zeus, and Ferryman is for Hades. What would Poseidon be?
Seaman and Nemios.
Oh yeah, that
You've
makes
heard this
sense.
before.
Okay. What about Demeter?
Demeter, I have to check. I think Demeter is I have to double check. I have them all. I know Zeus is Skymon, Hera is Mother, Apollo is Sunman, which we know, Poseidon Seaman, nice, Hades Ferryman, Ares is Warrior, Hephaestus is Smith. I'm doing this all off the top of my head, by the way. Dionysus is
Drunk?
Drunkard?
What is Dionysus? I had to double check that one too.
Outpaused drunk.
How many times do you think Dionysus has gone up to someone and gone, "So I heard through the grapevine," and then proceeds to say something?
Yeah, they've all got very like names that make sense.
What is Artemis then?
Artemis' sister.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So actually, Adagio, I lied. It's not Ares. It's Mother Deidre, who's the priestess for Hera.
Ooh, did I meet this person?
Yeah, she fought with you in during the.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
You get all the information, and then a few minutes later, after the information, you get another message from her going, "Sorry, a bit chaotic at the moment. I believe we've already communicated, but it wasn't communicated to me that we've communicated to you," and that's it.
I'm gonna respond with, "It's okay." Bing bing.
Can I go
That's
find
it.
everybody
That's
and
it.
tell them these things that I've had communicated to me?
Yeah, so I like to think that Adagio and Anura are both searching for everyone at the same time to tell them this update, and so you all find each other. You find each other on the deck of the ship, and then Adagio and Anura are both like, "We got news."
Wait, can I
Same
also
time.
tell Mother to keep me updated on the trial?
Absolutely, yeah, not a problem.
Mother. I'm just gonna call her Mother. She doesn't have a name now. She's a Mother. Mother. Deidre.
Sammy, really quickly, could I pick your brain?
Sure.
My notes for like the conversation that I had with Treya don't exist. So I'm gonna need a quick recap. Just real.
Basically, Traea was basically like, Seaman and Nemios and Cassandra have told her that there is like something about her mother that they're going to tell her on her 18th birthday and not a day sooner. And until that time, she's essentially been their like adopted kid / like somewhat student, somewhat hostage, somewhat apprentice. Like they spend a lot of their time teaching her everything. And while she's grateful for it, she longs for adventure. She longs to see the world beyond this ship.
She's got a lot of different titles with them.
Yeah.
What would I give if
Exactly.
I could
Yes.
off of this boat ship?
What was the stuff about the prophecy again?
Oh, right, the prophecy.
We had to ask about Adagio.
Yeah,
about
you
that
guys
stuff.
don't know the specifics of the prophecy yet. You know
Yeah,
there's
Yeah,
some, there's
just
We
what
need
did Treya say?
yeah,
What?
what she knows is that there's some sort of prophecy about a bunch of demigods getting together and it leading to like the end of the reign of the gods.
How did that fit in the conversation again?
That's why Anemios is sort of stressed about having other demigods on the ship. And the more demigods that are in one place, the higher chance that the gods themselves would want to sort of like take them out to make sure there's not a threat.
You know.
The huge.
And someone needs to bring this up in front of the party of the two people who know something about it.
Are we all together right now telling each other the
Yeah,
news?
someone
Yes.
talk about it.
So you guys all
Yeah,
gather together
That's
on the
my
deck of the ship.
intention. I was gonna bring it up. I just wanted to make sure I had my
Your notes,
You know,
right? Yeah.
little bit of
Guys,
information.
Sunday Carl's trial is coming up. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, they said that they're gonna that our vote has been like made known. So
So are they waiting for... Fuck, we should have asked. Are they waiting for after his child to name an archpriest?
They didn't mention a new archpriest.
I have said...
ends with Phaeton. That seems fitting.
And you know from talking to Adela before you guys left that her right-hand man, Shaxelius, was sort of like serving as acting representative of the High Noon District until Karo's trial. Yeah. Alright, so you guys are all together now. News has been shared.
So apparently there's this prophecy about a bunch of us being in the same place, and
The original...
the gods getting angry? Question
I'm just
mark?
gonna like look at Adagio and go, "Hey, son of the god of prophecy, do you know anything about this?"
And apparently Anemios is worried about that. He's on edge because of that.
Don't you guys all know this? This is basically Demigod 101. Everyone learns this in high school.
Listen, I was homeschooled.
Do I need to say
so-
something?
Oh,
With my
God.
fist?
Yeah, that's right. Okay, well, I'll give you a recap, obviously. So I'll pull a whiteboard out of nowhere, magically.
Wait, you guys went to school? Oh.
Wait, you guys are getting paid? You guys learned things?
Basically, when my father created the Oracle of Delphi, she gave the first prophecy to him, and every other prophecy she's ever given has come true except for the original one. And the thing about this prophecy is that only Apollo himself knows what along the lines were actually physically said, because only him and the Oracle were in an audience. But it just describes basically the 14 children of the gods of each of the gods will get together and something will happen on Olympus and the reign of the gods will change forever, apparently.
So I need to know exact wording.
I
Does it
wasn't
say-
there. I wasn't there.
So
What do
for
you
what
want me
you
to tell
know-
you? I wasn't there. I read it in a book when I was 12. I'm 23 now.
For what you know.
You know what? I'm
Of
gonna
the
send my
wording.
mom a message. Mom, can you pick up that childhood book and see what the wording is? My new friend Nora needs to know.
Now
They
I need my
to
computer.
know.
They need
Wait,
to.
let me
I
just
will
call
say,
my dad real quick.
If,
Apollo, please. I know you didn't tell anyone else the exact wording, but I'm your child here, so if you could just,
I
will
need
say,
the
Adagio.
wording that you know of it.
Adagio, if you would like,
I can pull it
you
up.
can read whatever is in your backstory. That's fine.
I just need the
Fine.
wording of what you said.
I'm going
Let them
to.
understand why I'm concerned, but
Wait. I have it here somewhere.
you said children of the gods, and
It's here somewhere. Give me a second.
the gods don't have children.
I was just looking at it. Okay, it's right here. The whole thing, or like the whole thing? Because there's a lot. It's a lot of
The
words.
wording about the children part of it is what I need to know.
I
Just
think you should copy and paste the entire thing in Discord.
send me $5 and I'll do it.
Wow. Just look at your
You hear
character
that, guys?
sheet.
500 bits.
It's not
Just
on my
look at
character.
your character sheet.
Is it actually on my character?
Oh yeah,
No,
look at. Oh, I don't think other people can see your backstory on your
Oh.
character sheet.
Oh, whack.
I don't know.
But
let's
it
find
is on your
out. Someone
character
check.
sheet. Yes,
I'm gonna check.
Let's
Let's find out
see.
while this is happening.
Is it really? Because I could just like.
I
pull
think
that
so.
up.
Didn't I put it in your backstory, or was it something separate I sent you?
No, it's just something separate you sent me. It's not in here.
Oh, then probably not. Sorry.
See, Sammy thought I had it. He was like,
Okay,
"You're gonna check his backstory."
It says, one day the children of all 14 major gods of the pantheon would band together to save the world. And on that day, the gods will cease to rule the plains as they do now. And then it just speculates on what that actually meant. Given the fact that Artemis obviously never has children, Hera and Hades rarely ever do.
But so the question I have is, it says children, right? Just children.
It says, fully blooded, demigodic, celestial beings of pure energy and light. Yeah, they say Adagio's cousins in specific, actually. It just says children. It just says children.
So it says, okay, well, none of y'all understand why I'm concerned. That's a little concerning if it says children. We gotta talk about that later then.
This was a children's book. I was 12 when I read this. Who knows what the author was implying when they wrote this?
Well, I'm just saying.
Who's the author?
I feel like you told us already.
If I asked-
I did not. Out of character, but in character, Nora has never said that Artemis raised them.
I'm sure I'll meet my dad one day and he'll just, spill the beans because that's how cool we are, right? I mean,
I'm just gonna say, after dinner, I think we all need to meet and talk about something then.
what the F bomb is this?
Because we have a couple of things we need to talk about, but I think we really need to talk about something now. That's concerning.
I agree. In Ryujin's mind, he's thinking like the thing we need to talk about is like buying a ship. You know, he's like, "This is dope. We got to do this more often."
Adagio's going to assume that we're strategizing at what we're going to do in the Voltura. So I'm like, we're all on the same plan. Let's go.
We're all on the same page. Let's do
Alexios,
it.
Ilme, what do you think the conversation's about?
And I imagine me and Ryujin look at each other like, he knows what I'm thinking.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He knows, and I know he knows. That's all I could think of was the TikTok audio.
Okay, so why don't we just grab dinner and all meet somewhere while everybody else is eating? We can find our own little secluded
Wait.
spot.
Let's all crowd up in the crow's nest, every single one of us.
That's not.
Let's
If we grab dinner, I'm just gonna lead everyone back to the spot where I snuck Treya to last night because that's kind of secluded.
The direct center of the ship.
But no one could sit. Well, I guess it is busy, unlike it was last night.
Why don't
Never
we
mind.
go down? Why don't we go down to where the brig is or whatever? And nobody goes down there, right? Or is that where they sleep?
Yeah,
The
it's
same-
on the same floor as the hold. Yeah.
We
the
can
very
find somewhere to.
But right now, I mean,
Listen,
it is early evening, so the night crew is much smaller than the day crew, because the day crew is when shit actually gets done. The night crew is more just keeping everything afloat. So in terms of crowds, A, most of those guys are sleeping, and B, there are less people there than there would normally be in the middle of the night per se.
I have
Let's
the
go
perfect
there.
idea. I have
Let's
the
just
perfect
cast
idea.
water walk and walk next to the boat.
Listen. Perfect idea.
All right.
What do you guys want to talk about?
Honora casts water breathing. We all tie ropes around our waist and tie it to the mast, and we just jump off the side and just dangle for a bit.
Can we hear each other if we're talking underwater with water breathing?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
The more you know.
Ba, 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 ba.
Come on, it's a great.
All right. Well,
Who's gonna hold all of our ropes?
Yeah, I
I'm
think we
not
just
going
need
to do
I think
that.
we just need to find somewhere.
Thank
I
you.
can set fire.
I still
to
think
the
it was a good
boat,
idea.
and we can all hang out on the.
We can just talk in the brig. Fuck the night crew. I fixed the
yeah,
dinner
let's
service.
just go.
Everything else.
Fuck the patriarchy. You know
We'll
who I
just do
had
it in
sex with
Celestial
yesterday?
and hope that none of these pirates know Celestial.
I swear to God, if you
I-
talk
Adios.
to us,
You know, not all of us understand Celestial, right?
I
I'm gonna start
I
speaking in
know.
Titanic. Y'all never know what I said.
I can cast tongues if I want to. And I
All
have
you gotta do is speak giant spider sign language, and you'll all understand.
Yeah, we never did that. We never figured that out.
This has been an inside thing since like early, like
The first time I
Father days.
wild shaped that it wasn't
Yeah.
a starry form, that was the first thing we said.
It's true. Pre-stream. All right, so you guys heading down to the brig. Is that the final answer?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
oh yeah.
Okay. So you guys grab some plates for dinner. You do notice, like, as the days go on, there are like less and less like fruit involved in the meals as stuff starts to either be eaten or just rot and stuff. So meals are getting slightly worse, but they're still good. Like, there's a reason Dewdrop is on this ship. Like, he's good at his fucking job. So you guys take these plates to go and head down to the brig and all sort of crowd in this little cell that is now puddle free, by the way.
There's a couple of things I think we need to be concerned about.
Momentarily, I was concerned why there was no fruit. I was like, I'm sorry, what? And then I realized we've been off the ocean.
Anora's just suffering not eating this whole time. There's nothing but seafood.
Don't you eat food? Oh, no.
No, Anora's vegetarian.
I mean, I could go down and get you like
Seaweed.
a bunch of seaweed.
I can
Yeah,
do
I'll eat
cast-
seaweed.
I can cast create food, right? I can do that now. I have that spell somewhere.
I don't know, you tell me.
So
You should have told me
upsetting it.
beforehand. Because I could have created
So
like
upset.
vegetables for the kitchen. Like, damn.
This is
Tomorrow.
ADHD incarnate right now.
Tomorrow I'm gonna prepare it and I'm gonna go to the kitchen and be like, vegetables.
Sammy, how long could Kai hold his breath?
Can he not breathe water?
No, I tried to convince you that, and you said
All right.
no.
That's
He's
too much.
blue. That's enough.
Yeah, it's blue. That's enough.
That's
He
enough.
can hold his breath for 1 plus his Constitution modifier. That many minutes.
Let me check to see what that is.
A good bit of time sometimes.
That's
For
how
a
long
Nora,
you
not
can
much.
hold your breath.
He can hold his breath for 2 minutes.
You know.
I'm really glad that wasn't a negative modifier, because if it was -1, that would be hilarious.
Well, I think
You
it's a
can't-
minimum of 1. I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so
what are you guys
so
doing?
we have a few things we need to talk about.
Yeah. So do we
We
want to
all
start
say it at the
with?
same time.
Do we want to start with the letter that was found, or the concern that no one understands yet?
On the letter at sea.
Well, I mean, that's I'm out of character. That's up to you to start that conversation.
Let's,
Wait, there was a letter?
Let's
What
talk
letter?
about the letter in a
Q?
bottle is what I said, because the same we do the thing in it.
The letter W?
Point of order.
I want an insight
Can I
check.
just have Forge looking outside of wherever we are
Yeah.
as like a lookout?
You can have Forge on the outside of the cell, almost like a guard dog, like a
Can I
prison
have
dog.
Kai just like ADHD flying in circles above us?
Sure.
That'd be great. So long story short, Ilme brought a letter today that she asked me to crack, and we found some things out. And I don't know what to do with the information.
Where'd you get the letter?
Yeah, Ilme never did Ilme ever tell me where she got the letter, or did I
No.
just crack the code?
Yeah.
I just
mean,
missed that.
Someone put a puzzle in your hands, and you were like, "All right."
All right.
Yeah.
Never give someone who likes languages a puzzle on languages.
Yeah.
Well,
Wait, so is
me
the-
and Alexios went on a stealth mission and snuck into the captain's quarters.
Dun dun dun! How
What if
dare
Captain
you?
Islam
You
finds
would
out?
And-
implicated
The
me in
Captain
this
Islam
crime. I'm
actually
an
sort of weird.
accessory now.
I can't
In
believe
the
you've
state
done
of
this.
South Carolina, that's basically as bad as actually committing the crime.
Oh, it's fine. Nobody saw
I
anything.
was
So
just-
this is where I found this letter, and Honora was able to translate it, and basically says that the ship is not haunted, and King Theseus, granted Cassandra the ship, pretty much, right?
Yeah,
I get
like
that right.
it was her ship, and then she was imprisoned for something, and he essentially let her go and gave her back the ship.
Yeah, as long as if she took Right? Try
Try
Yes.
it and Anemios.
Yeah. Yeah. As long as if she took Kaya and Seaman and Emios in.
Is there any backstory on those two as to why they were so important they needed an entire ship to run away from a kingdom?
Well, yes. But I don't think that should be something we revealed because we found it out. That's something Treya should be able to say herself.
I cast Stone of
Okay.
Truth. I'm just kidding.
I mean, I don't have to tell you. I'm still telling the truth that I
Don't
think that
say that.
Rhea should be able to say it herself. Because that is really personal.
Well, damn.
Okay.
I just realized the only person here who doesn't know is Adagio. The rest of us know.
Wait, the rest of us know what?
That she's a
I'm just gonna
demigod.
assume- I'm gonna assume that
Oh.
she's the
Wait,
princess
how?
of Athens. Where are we? Are we in Athens?
You're on the sea.
Well, I'm assuming she's the princess daughter of Poseidon's
Theseus?
champion, because I can forget his name.
Yeah,
So many
Theseus is the king of Athens, yes.
Oh, okay, bet.
long
She's the
story
Athens princess.
long story
She's
short,
the
she-
lost princess.
She,
The lost princess.
I don't know if
How
that's
could, wait, how could her
how that
dad
works.
how could her dad be Theseus and Poseidon?
I
Yeah.
don't
that's what I was about to
Poseidon.
ask.
I just think she's important. And
Listen,
being hit by
I
Oh
know,
right, you don't
like-
know that. That's right. That's right.
I know, like, some Greek tales were kind of sus, but this is like a whole new level.
Long story short, her parentage is pretty powerful apparently, and she only knows half of it, and that half is pretty powerful.
I'm just
Oh,
gonna confirm it in
that-
my mind.
that
Princess,
reminds
lost
me.
princess of the sea. This is literally Ariel to me. I will free you, my sweet princess.
I mean, it adds up because, you know,
I have a
Poseidon,
tiara
Poseidon.
for her. She's a real princess now.
We went so many directions I didn't think we would.
so what do you guys think about getting a ship? You know, that's what we came down to talk about, right? I think that'd be
If
really
we beat
cool.
up Cassandra, can we just take your
There's-
messages?
No, maybe.
There's another thing with the prophecy that's got me a little concerned.
What that?
The
So-
prophecy is nothing but child's play. We don't even know if it's true.
I mean, it's a prophecy though, and if it's a legit prophecy, there's a problem because I've heard the prophecy before, and I've heard it as demigods, but that's as children. And if it's children of the gods, that's a slight problem. Because long story short, Artemis counts me as her child.
I'm gonna kill Honora. Stop.
I'm going
That's it was about
to.
the end of the gods. It was a problem in the first place, right? It's a problem now, right? Like that's
But the thing is everyone thought it wouldn't come true because, like, you know, Artemis doesn't sire children, and when everyone thinks of it as demigods,
Wait.
that's not a
Go back.
problem.
Why does
So I'm going-
Artemis consider you her child?
Listen, I'm gonna take level 8 and get my level 8 spell slot. It's gonna be level 4 control water, and then I'm gonna summon a whirlpool directly under us. We're going to the bottom of the
Destroy
ocean.
us all. We don't need to. We don't exist anymore. Actually.
Whenever my parents kicked me out, we've talked slightly about that before. We've never gone into detail. My parents kicked me out. I was taken in by a priestess named Huntress Alexandra. Come to find out, Huntress Alexandra was Artemis. And when
Listen.
Artemis came to get Mnemosyne from me, told me that the reason she had taken me in as Huntress Alexandra was because she was curious as what it was like to have kids and basically counted me as her child.
But even then, we'd need like 11 more demigods.
Listen,
Yes,
I know we're
but
supposed to
the
be heroes, but we're gonna
big-
find out where your parents are after all this goes down, and
Not
you know,
even demigods, apparently. Just have been
Oh.
raised by a god.
Well, that's okay. I don't even think it's that because gods don't tend to raise people, A. But the thing is the big part of that prophecy would be that Artemis doesn't actually sire children because she's a maiden, but if it's just children and she counts me as a child, that's a problem.
It's a problem as long
if
as
it wasn't.
wait, does this mean
if
we're
it
gonna
had-
be the child of Dionysus? Oh man,
Backup character. My backup character is a child of
oh
Dionysus.
man. So, I think I could drink him under the table. You know, I think I stand a chance.
We're usually in a completely different conversation.
We're thinking is that Nora is the prophecy child that will destroy the world. Congratulations, everyone.
Don't like
Yeah,
that.
if it had
I-
no chance of coming true, it's not that much of a prophecy, right?
But
But
it
all
depends on
prophecies the Oracle
wording,
gave
the
come
wording.
true eventually.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
thing.
Like
I-
Agnes Nutter.
If I kill you, will Artemis come after me herself?
That's
Question.
a really good
Probably.
question. Sammy, what would happen if Adagio just killed me?
Did Artemis come
Fuck
after the
around and
Minotaur?
find out.
What did you say?
Did Artemis come after the Minotaur when the Minotaur
She-
killed you?
She could have, for all we know. We left the gauntlet, so.
Mm.
After we left, she was like, "Listen here, you son of a bitch."
That was my only child.
It wasn't a Rusal that killed the Oracle, it was Artemis.
Your gauntlet is too hard.
Your gauntlet killed my
They were
child.
level 2, goddammit.
After her child fails the test, she
Who
reprimands.
told you to hire this
How
goddamn
dare
minotaur?
you? She never learned that.
You were level 3. You would let us have level 3 because everybody else got subclasses at 3. I was the
Oh,
only one
that's
who got
right,
it at
that's right.
2.
Right.
So
Okay.
That's just slightly concerning. I'm gonna go try and
You
talk
guys
to
got
Liam
subclasses.
about it and see if
Wait,
anything he knows about it.
wait.
Okay, so-
Wait. No, because if we talk to Anemios about anything, and maybe he says that, hey, you do count as a child of
I'm
Artemis.
not gonna ask him if I count as a child of Artemis. I'm gonna ask him what he knows about the wording. I'm not a dumbass. I don't want to die. Done it once before, not again.
I mean, I'm just saying, there's a lot of places we can find out about a prophecy other than a ship that they can throw us off of
Text
in the
some-
middle of the sea.
I mean, I can
I'm
swim
not
pretty
going
well.
to give him a reason to
Fuck
think it's me. I'm not a dumbass. I've already asked him some questions about a few things because he knows about a minor goddess that could have something to do with things. So
But we know a lot of priestesses and priests that we can like, hey, yo, what's
in
up? How's it going?
Delphi,
I
in
can
Delphi,
I can use sending at the tip of my fingers.
twice a day,
3 times a day.
3
Rude.
times. Oh
First of
yeah,
all.
you can get a full 3. We can get a full
You can get
75 words.
a combined 75-word response.
So
Okay.
They
I
could use
think
sending
that's one
back
of those
too.
things.
It's like,
If
you
he
know
knows
what?
anything about it, I just want to know what he knows about it. I mean, like, hey, I heard about this. What do you know about it? I'm not going to say that it pertains to me. Possibly, I'm not a dumbass.
Why are you gonna bring this
Okay,
up? What if he
so-
knows? What if he like catches on? Like he's like, what if like he's like, why are you bringing this up all of a sudden? Who have you been talking to?
Be like, one of my party members is a son of the god of prophecy. I knew about the prophecy, and I asked questions.
He knows that, right? Yeah, everyone knows that, right? Yeah.
Everyone knows
I
you're
just-
son of Apollo. Your brand is on your arm.
And you
just
glow
wait.
in the dark.
I glow in the dark.
Yeah.
You
You know.
glow. You're a drip globe. That's what it is.
I thought that was one of those things I could just say no to.
No, Adagio is a drip globe because he's got the cloak of many fashions, you know?
Listen,
Stylish.
Apollo is also a god of honesty and very much against like deception and shadow and stuff. So yeah, it's not a choice whether you glow or not.
I would never. What?
But yeah, I think we just need to find out what we can find out. You know.
I want to
We
go
can
though. I
find
love.
out a lot of stuff everywhere. It's just that Anemios already doesn't like us here.
Oh,
He doesn't
wow.
like y'all. As
This
far as
is
he's concerned about me,
It's
I'm just another druid.
I will
Says
also
the
remind you
person
guys-
who says they're trying to
Like,
find out if they're a child of.
I
said
will,
as
I will
far
remind
as
you
he's
guys,
concerned.
currently the crew knows that Ryujin and Adagio are demigods.
They don't
End of
know about
list.
Alexis or Ilme.
Yeah.
So
Plan on keeping it that way. So
yes, I'm not going to say the rest of my party is demigods. I'm not a dumbass. That's for you.
I
Jim.
mean, exactly. So I'll try to keep my mouth shut, but if it comes out in conversation, I'm sorry.
The funniest part about this is I outed
He's gonna
Adagio.
turn the boat around. He's gonna turn the boat around. Boop. Drop him off right here, actually.
In the
You know what?
middle
That
of
coral
the sea,
reef looks
figured
like a
out- they
good
go
spot
take
for
us
them to
back to Apatrepo.
okay, so problems we have right now. First off, is Honora goddess or child of Artemis? Next, what are we doing about this letter? Did we confront Cassandra about this? What's the deal with Traea?
I don't think that'd be smart because you're going to admit that you broke into her quarters. Then
Yeah,
We can
Cassandra's
do all
pretty
that
scary. I don't
on
think
ground,
they should admit
right?
that
She
you,
has
broke into her,
cannons.
like living quarters and
She
copied
can't shoot
a
ground.
letter. I think.
I also would not like to be permanently barred from this ship because this has the only other Circle of Stars druids I've met besides the sisters. So
I was literally conceived on this ship. I would like to stay for a little while. You know.
I will
We'd like
say,
you to come
just
back.
to remind you of what the letter said, there are 2 people on the ship who could possibly give you answers on that letter.
Yeah, I mean, why
I'm
don't
already
we
going
go
to be
talk to
asking
Traea?
one of them
Like,
anyway.
Yeah, why do we talk to Seaman and Nemios? All together now.
Nice.
I
Let's
want to blame
go.
Triea though, and I don't want Triea to get in trouble for this.
Why would
Like,
So
Traya get in
have
trouble?
y'all not seen what has happened anytime she tries to tell us anything?
So we kill Anemios. I animate his dead body because I can do that now, and we just act like it's all cool.
What happened to Apollo
Listen,
doesn't like
I'm not
lies or
with that,
deception and
nor
doesn't
am
like-
I against that.
This isn't a lie. This is like a fibby. It's my dad. What's he gonna do? Come down here and tell me no? He got more important things on. He's got more important things on Olympus than to chastise his child.
we can.
I'll be like,
ask
you had
them
21 years to
anything,
be a
right?
dad. Don't start now.
He capsizes the ship. I die. Artemis fights Apollo.
Twin siblings. Fuck it.
Can we just confront like whoever like in 3 days when we get to like salvation?
Personally, I don't think anybody on this ship should be confronted. Like,
If Nanomanos never comes back to the ship after we get on land, like, who's gonna care?
Why are you?
We'll
running
have
this
places
again?
to run.
I don't.
I just don't want to
to
die at sea.
You're not gonna die at sea. It's
Okay,
fine.
we're
Is that what
basically.
you do? We won't die.
Yeah.
We just
Well,
take
I
over
won't.
the officers'
Maybe.
positions because we all know what we're doing, obviously, and we just, keep going.
Okay, so you don't want to do anything
Jobs.
until
What day are we on? 4?
We
4.
learn our
We have
jobs. We
4
eat
more
our
days.
eat their food. We hang out, and then we get to solid ground. We have drinks. We say bye. We say, hey, by the way, we know everything. What's to do with that? That way they can be like, or they can be like, oh, you guys are sneaky. See you later. Either way, I think
don't.
we
Wait, what are we doing, Treya?
Two
Are we
of
just
us don't want to be banned from this ship.
I just want to live.
Ah, they couldn't ban me from the ship if they tried.
The
Priorities.
ship's in my blood.
So you said that, and my roommate absolutely lost it. It was like, I'm just imagining pieces of wood floating in his blood.
Ow,
Listen, I
fuck,
have a lot of splinters.
I have a lot of splinters.
okay,
So what
but
are you
if we
guys doing?
don't say anything, how are we gonna learn about why Triea and Seaman Nemios are here?
Okay,
I
so
feel like that's
My
important.
question is, why does it matter? We're trying to get to Volterra after a Titan. Why does this kid's parentage matter when there's Titans on the loose?
Because we're related
We're
and it's
nosy.
dope, Gotta help. We gotta
Yeah,
help.
why would the king of Athens want her to be hidden? Like there has to be a reason.
That's a fair point.
Can I be
want me
blunt?
hid, so-
Okay, real quick, can I just be very blunt to you, Ilme?
What?
If you want to talk about why did the king of Athens want him to be hidden, then why did your mom burn the mark off your hand? Same energy. Sorry,
Same
I
energy.
feel really bad. Bad a second I said it, but it's true.
I feel like you just
So
walked up
so
to
are you
that
saying
and said,
so
"By
are
the
you
way,
saying
dude."
that okay. Well, I mean she has a right. Does she know why she was put on? She doesn't know why she was put on this boat. Should she know?
Anemios, and she told. Okay, well, this is about the. Okay, no, she has to know because she's told me before that she won't find things out until she comes of age. So they have told her she will find out when she turns 18. It's not like it's a forever secret. It's just an 18-year secret.
Unless Cassandra and Anemios die before the next 2 years is up and she never learns.
Okay, at that point, I'm pretty sure we would hear if Cassandra the Great died.
Cassandra
Or the terrible
Blasphemous.
Blasphemous.
Blasphemous, whatever her fucking name is.
Just saying.
I'm pretty sure we would hear if Cassandra the Blasphemous died. And if that happens, it's not like we haven't met Treya. As Adagio said before, we can use sending to find her, and we can tell her what we know, and she can go to Theseus herself then. But I feel like this isn't something we should butt into. This is her parentage. This is her,
I'm
not
actually with
us.
Honora on that one.
We can't force this on her to find it out early. It could be something she doesn't want to know at this moment in time. She could
Let's go
be
find
ready.
out then. Let's go. I'm gonna send Trey a message right now. Yo, we meeting up in the boiler room. Come over.
I feel like she wants to know, but there could be good reason that she hasn't found out yet.
I'm gonna text her and be like, I know your dad is King Theseus. Who's your Leave me 4 answers.
She looks at her mark. What? What?
Are you spending that spell slot? Are you sending a message?
Don't.
Don't.
Please don't do that.
Well, then we can see how she really feels, and she can do it telepathically, not even like speak it out loud in front of anyone.
I don't think we need to tell an officer of this ship while we're still in the middle of the ocean that we know something, because, and she'd ask why we know this. We know there's no way she wouldn't. That'd be stupid not to. But this is also her parentage. At the end of the day, it's up to her if she wants to find out what happened.
Well, then she'll just send back no.
I don't think we need to force that on her to think about it, though, because she's always thought she'll find out when she's 18. She's prepared to find out when she's 18, not now.
Aren't you on a whole quest to find out the secrets of your life?
Yes, I'm on a quest to find out the secrets of my life. But I wasn't always on that quest. I had to find myself with these sisters first before I could even go on that quest.
Listen, all I want to know is, like,
And now we're
if
trying
I
to
was
help
in
Treya find
if I was in
herself.
Treya's shoes, I would want to know. I have questions that I want to know now that I, probably aren't going to get answers to for a while. But like, I feel like everyone deserves a right to know for that type of stuff. And even if it could be potentially very bad or very good, I just feel like no one has a right to keep that from her.
I don't think it's the same thing as the right of keeping it from her.
And we wait until the last day to do it.
I say that we figure it out and then we decide collectively as a group if we want to spill the beans or not.
I don't think we need to figure it out. It's not our business. It would be her business to find it out and tell us. If one of you found out my parentage before I did, I'd be pissed.
Does anybody in this room feel wiser than King Theseus?
I wouldn't want somebody else in this room to take the steps to do it for me when I'm trying to find it out myself.
So if I stumbled on a book that said, this is Anora's papa and mama, this is why Anora has the mark, I should just burn the book and be like, they'll find another way.
I'm not saying, like, if you stumble upon something, yes, but Ilme was actively looking for things in that room. We weren't meant to stumble upon it. We weren't meant to.
Parents.
Yeah, I wasn't looking for that. I was just making
What
sure
if we accidentally on purpose stumble across the answer after using Charm Person?
We weren't supposed to just stumble upon that. Reading through a book one day and says, hey, this is Anora's parents, is one thing versus actively breaking into a captain's quarters and finding a letter because you wanted to see what was up in the captain's quarters and then finding out about her parentage. Like, it's one thing if we go and find it out and then tell her. That's not okay because we are breaking into, like, her privacy over something that's super important to her.
Not even letting us ask her.
She knows
Trey doesn't even know about this.
Yes, she does. She knows she will find out her parentage when she comes of age.
We ask her. Then why does it hurt if she already has the questions on her mind? Then why does it hurt for us to ask? And then she gives us the answer herself.
If she has the questions on her mind and she has this time frame in mind of when she can find it out, it may be not a good thing to find out early. There could be good reason that she doesn't know.
There could be bad reasons she doesn't know. What if on her 18th birthday her mother gets executed or something, and it's because she waited 18 years her mother dies?
On her 18th birthday, she takes off the green ribbon and her head falls off.
Hey, I'm pretty sure Theseus wouldn't do that. But,
wow.
You don't know. I don't even know what was in the letter, but I do know that this woman was a powerful woman, so we don't freaking know who the heck the mom is and what kind of situation the mom is in. Or where the mom will be in 2 years. You're going to steal that time from Treya. You are deciding to steal that time from Treya.
I'm sorry, did you say I'm deciding to steal time from Treya because I don't want her to be pushed for something she might not want?
But you don't know if she wants it.
Why don't we just ask her? You can't make the decision for her. That's what you're doing.
I'm not trying to make the decision for her. What I'm trying to do is let her do this on her own.
Okay.
If someone had told me years ago when I got kicked out of my house and was still trying to figure out what to do to survive, hey, you have to go figure out your parentage, or I know something about it, I would have been pissed. I wouldn't have listened to them.
So, listen. I don't.
Sammy,
Just because we're
curiosity,
called
have-
the Hands of Fate doesn't mean we have to stick our hands into everything.
Yeah.
That's exactly what that
Listen.
means. I reject that.
Sammy,
Listen.
out of curiosity, did I have enough time to take a short rest between what happened earlier now?
Yeah, for sure.
If we ask Treya, do you want to know everything about your life? She's gonna obviously say yes. But we are younger than Theseus, we are younger than Cassandra, and we are younger than Anemios. So maybe, just maybe, this is something that we don't need to know about right now.
The gods were younger than the Titans.
And
My
they
God.
are fucking up.
They had us, didn't they?
That's the
Maybe
whole
you
plot.
made it.
That's the entire campaign.
To my TED talk.
I agree with
Now who's blasphemous?
Alexius, of course, because we don't need to know everything about every person.
Just the cool stuff. Give me the cool stuff. I need the cliff notes. Spark notes this bitch.
At this point, Honora is just going to be like, fuck it, you've made up your minds. I can't convince anybody anyway, and I'm going to go turn into a shark and swim around for an hour or 3 hours, however long I can stay in wild shape.
Okay. You leave the meeting and you go above decks and just like full on and turn into a shark and swim around.
I was literally about to do the sit, like I was about to just storm out too because I was frustrated with Nora and how they were not willing to negotiate. So I was
Nora,
going to be like, screw this, I'm over, I'm leaving. You do whatever you want.
I don't think any of us were willing to negotiate on this one. We all feel very strongly.
The
I'm going up to the crow's nest
Everybody.
to chill it out.
Team togetherness, hands of fate, hands in on 3.
Honora and Ilme are already gone.
yeah.
Adagio.
The boy squad.
All right, just let's not die today. Have a nice day.
Meanwhile, Regent's like, so what about that boat though?
Yeah, so about that ship, guys.
Okay, wait a minute, because
Yes.
and like the boys will definitely talk about boats for 3 hours.
Sure. The boys stay in the brig long enough that the boys stay in the brig long enough that sailors like come by and are like wondering why the Hands of Fate are in jail.
Part of the Hands of Fate, not all of us.
Yeah, just the troublemakers. Maybe it's because Adagio was fighting earlier today.
Wait, which fingers did we say we were again?
Oh God.
Oh God.
I know there's the middle
Didn't
finger.
I say I was the? Didn't we say I was the middle finger?
Yeah,
Maybe.
and then Alexios is the thumb.
I think it's the ring. Ardashio is the ring.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think I
Elizabeth
was
is
a sneaky.
sneaky.
Yeah.
So then, we got the ring finger, the thumb, and the index finger. We're basically a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle right now.
There's 5 of us. What do you mean?
The 3 of us in jail.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
So, the boys sit in the brig for a long time talking about all their plans for when they can buy their own ship and what sort of cool stuff they'll put on the ship. Anora, you clear your mind as a shark, and Ilme, you just take in the fresh air at the top of the central mast in the crow's nest as the sun sets and the stars come out, and you all try to figure out what your next steps are. We're going to take our break there. Feels like a good sort of like point to sort of reassess, figure out what the next steps are. Guys, thank you guys for watching so far. We're gonna take our potty break, so stay tuned, but go if you need to have a little snack or fill up your water, whatever you gotta do, go do that, and we will be back in like 10-15 minutes, so don't go anywhere. Bye. And welcome back, guys. Thank you for coming with us on this journey. Let's hop back into this story. So, 3 of you are in the brig. Anura, you're a shark. Ilme, you're in the crow's nest. Is there anything you guys would like to do as evening sets in?
Druid shark.
Can I go when I get done being a shark? Can I go talk to Ilme?
Yeah, absolutely. You check up in the crow's nest, assuming that's where she is, and you are correct.
I get we don't agree on how to handle this. And it's always going to be a difference of opinions because neither one of us is going to want to back down, and we're very strong-willed about this. But if you go to Treya, leave me out of it. I don't want anything to do with that.
Okay. I also, thing is that I never had a choice. Like, I didn't know I was a demigod. My mother took that away from me. And all of this stuff. And like, if I had the chance to know now, I would. And I mean, I'm searching for that, and I just feel like she should know as much as she can. And then she can make her own decision about if she should confront and say, okay, I need to know now.
We both have our personal reasons for why we want to tell her versus why we don't want to tell her. I'm not going to stop you if you do it. Just leave me out of it. I'm not going to argue with you over personal reasons. You have your reasons, and they're valid. I'm not saying they're not. Like, I want to make that very clear. I'm not saying that, like, your opinion about this and the reasonings behind this is not valid, because they are very valid. We just have two different ideals on wanting to know things and timing on wanting to know things, which is fine. We can't all be the same. That would make a very uninteresting and boring Hands of Fate.
Okay.
So,
well,
I just like hold out my hand and be like, "Are we good?"
Yep. I'll clasp it and be like, "Yeah, we're fine." I was never mad at you in the first place. Just more running around and talking in circles, and I got over talking in circles because it was getting nowhere.
Look, Anora's got some trauma about people in this party being mad at them. It doesn't go
There's
well.
more of just more of the conversation was going nowhere, and I was done with it. So
I just, if you tell her, you tell her. I don't want to be a part of that because they're just personal reasons.
Great. Okay, I know that now.
Okay, I'm gonna go find an Nemios. Have fun up in the crow's nest.
Okay. Anyone else would like to do anything?
So
I'm staying up here all night. I'm taking over the night shift, not sleeping, because I'm just thinking about stuff.
You got it.
I have an Elmic question. You have an extra rapier?
I have my old one.
Can I like sword fight you?
If you want to.
Yo,
I
okay,
pictured
I've been
this
thinking about this so long. I'm like, she has a new one. That means I could take her old one now that I have like the finesse, like ability to freaking use one and fight you, because I think fighting is funny.
Do you guys remember the scene from Zorro where like the older version of him is like teaching the younger new, like soon-to-be Zorro how to fight with the swords? This is what I picture in my head when I think of like Ilme and Adagio fighting with two rapiers, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's a rapier.
You know how to use this? You put the pointy end in the other guy. Well, yeah, but
So, Ilme, are you giving Adagio your extra rapier?
Yeah, you can have it. I don't need it. Is this up in the crow's nest?
Yeah.
Because that's where I'm at. So you had to find it.
I climbed up empty-handed and I came back with a sword.
I don't need it. You can have it.
All right, you can add just a normal rapier to your inventory.
I feel so fancy now. I just want you to know.
You're a real pirate now. Most of these sailors are carrying rapiers.
Oh my god! Now I feel. I guess I can't make my cape look like a pirate cape because I don't know what the fuck that would look like. But but I'm gonna act real cool. And when I get my hand on a pirate hat, y'all, it's over for y'all.
All right, so Anura, you head down to the medic center. Oh, sorry, Alexios, did you have something you wanted to do?
Oh, yeah. I wanted to talk to Ilme and Anora, not like together, but separately.
Okay. I'll say you run into Anura first.
Oh, Hey, so that thing you asked me for, I have some sketches. I haven't been able to like actually work on it.
That's still really cool.
You want to see?
Hell yeah.
Okay, so first idea was like this leather thing, and it's like a strap where you can like adjust it, like however you feel about like how tight you want it to be. The cool thing about this one is that like you can kind of augment it with stuff that you want. Like I could put, hide or remake it out of hide so it's thicker, so somebody tries to like stab you in the chest or anything, it's a little bit more,
I mean, like, I'm assuming this is gonna fit like under my normal leather armor, right?
Yeah. I was just saying because like I've never made armor for you or somebody with your body type, and I can do it. But,
I will give you a chance to make armor for me at some point, okay?
better late than never. But the other idea I have would be like a stretchy, wrappy material, so you could like once again bind it tighter. But I'm trying to figure that out. Like I think it would be like a lot of weave to make it like, But either way, you basically, I want you to tell me which one you want me to move on. I think the leather would be easier because I don't have to figure whatever I have in my head out. But either or.
So long as I guess it doesn't end up restricting my motion too much. So that I can still, like, fight whichever one's easier for you.
I'm a genius. Neither of these would have that drawback. Who do you think I am?
I was just making sure. But yeah,
Oh.
whichever is easier for you then.
Okay. Thank you. That helped a lot. I'll have it done.
All right, thank you.
And I'm gonna I'm assuming I'm gonna go look around for Ilme now.
You go up to the deck and you see Adagio coming down from the main mast with a rapier in his teeth.
Sharp, nerd. With rapier still in my mouth.
Alright.
Ilme gave me a stabby, point.
I could've. Never mind. Nobody uses me.
Listen, I can use you if you want. I'm gonna put a hand on his shoulder if that's what you want.
You see a sailor who Adagio recognizes as the guy he beat up yesterday. He looks at you, Adagio, and goes,
They're really scared of you. That's strange. I
Oh,
find
wait,
that
be like-
really.
Next time.
he just turns and goes down.
So, Ilme up there,
Yeah.
how's training with the lion person?
I get to hit a drum every day, so you know what? And I get to punch people, so authority, fuck yeah.
Living the dream.
I didn't ask for more, other than, living under the sun.
Hey, stay golden. I'm gonna just start climbing up the crow's nest.
You got
Find
it.
Ilme.
Ilme coming up here for peace and solace. Now the third person comes and visits you in the crow's nest.
What? Now?
Hey, I know it's been a long day and we're kind of like disagreeing and everything, and I just want you to know that I really need my cloak back. Like that's a lot of magic right there. Like, so if I can get that back,
Oh, I thought I
Now,
already gave it to
preferably?
you. Yeah, here you go. Toss it to you. Don't have Cloak of Elvenkind
The
anymore.
wind catches it.
But
And
now
it
you have
I'm
a ring of
just giving
invisibility.
away. I'm just giving away everything today.
I just,
I still have an Aura's ring. I did not give that back.
It's true.
I told
You said you
that
gave
was
it
going
back.
wrong.
Did I? Oh.
You
said
you
you
could have
gave
given
me
it
the
back
ring
in the
back.
crow's nest just now as a sign of forgiveness.
Hold up. Did I
There you
not
go.
have my ring this whole time? I feel like I would have noticed
Santa
that.
Claus.
Alright, here you go.
And while I have you and you can't run away, that thing back in Delphi about the whole, like, I asked you about, family and everything, and then you just disappeared. What was that about?
Ring of invisibility, using it. Dude, I'm peacing
We're
out.
still on a crow's nest. I am near the only exit. You cannot run. You
Well,
can't
you know what
run.
the-
It
So
may
let's just
jump.
know
It
what
may
the-
jump. I'll turn
that's-
into a giant crab and catch you.
You'll catch her in your
I
pants.
just picture
and
Alexis
chop
going
her.
like,
I like have it open like this and land on like a little hammock and put like a blanket on it. You're good. You got this.
I'm gonna put my
Well,
ring
can't
in.
you just climb down anywhere from a crow's nest? There's like net surrounding it, right? Or am I not thinking of a crow's nest
But
correctly?
does Alexios know this
there's
ring of
a bit of
invisibility?
netting. It's not foolproof.
I just.
Yeah. Peacing out. Ring of invisibility. Let's go.
It
Trying
wasn't.
to
You're
figure
gonna
out.
jump from a crow's nest and
You're
avoid
not-
conversation.
She's not jumping. She can just climb on the net. It's fine.
Yeah, the rigging and stuff. I'm as long as if I can use my athletic acrobatics.
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead.
Yep.
If you're trying to do this and be stealthy about it, make a stealth check and an acrobatics check.
Okay.
And Alexios, make a perception check.
Oh dang! So my stealth was a natural 20. So try to beat a 30, and then my acrobatics was a natural 18, which makes it a 25.
Alexios?
I don't know what the fuck. What you said? Perception?
Yeah.
What do I do?
18. Either way, it doesn't matter.
So, so you're trying to have this talk, and it's like, you know how like Commissioner Gordon and Batman, like they have a conversation, and the Gordon turns around and he's just gone. You turn around and Ilme is just gone. You don't understand it. Where there's nowhere she could have possibly gone. In fact, like you see she's gone, and you like look up, like is she flying? You have no idea where she is.
It was an offer to bond more. Like,
Ilme
people need
is
people
not in
to
the
talk
mood.
to.
This is the same energy as Honora, like leaving the bar as quickly as possible while he was drunk in Delphi.
Yeah.
So we're both avoiding it.
Yeah. All right. So, Anura, you
Yes.
go find Seaman Anemios. He is in the med bay. As you walk in, you see he has some sort of sea plant on his table. He's got spectacles on, and he has a knife in his hand, and he's just like slowly cutting into this sea plant.
Scientist after my own heart.
Can I help you?
Yeah, so since you're like the only cleric or like priest on board in general, I wanted to know if you knew anything about a prophecy that I had heard back in Delphi and never got any chance to ask about.
He sort of stops cutting for a moment. I am no expert in prophecy, but if it's something I could help with, I could certainly give my input.
So we at one point met with the Oracle, and I got curious about like other prophecies she had given. Of course, well, the party met with. I didn't. Long story. And I found something about her first prophecy,
Yes.
and I wanted to know if you knew anything more about it because there's some things that happened. I never got to do any research into it.
Well, the prophecy was given long ago to Apollo himself, so there was no written record of it for many years, and eventually it was only transcribed via the clerics of Apollo himself who heard it from the god's mouth. And even that was originally passed down by word of mouth before it was eventually put onto paper. So the version that most of the scholars have could be very accurate, or it could not be accurate at all. Regardless, we needn't worry about that sort of prophecy. Of course, the Oracle of Delphi is famous throughout the land, but there are many who believe that... You see, the Oracle was not created by Apollo. She was her own living creature before Apollo gifted her with prophecy. So there are some who believe that that first prophecy was merely the mortal leaving her body for good and becoming something else, becoming something immortal, which is why the first prophecy will never come true, that it was false. And there have been those who have been cursed with false prophecy before. Famously, in the fall of Troy, there was a poor maiden who was cursed in such a way. So no, I don't have much in terms of insight on this prophecy, but even the scholars who believe that the version we have is crystal clear, many do not concern themselves with it. There are many safeguards in place to ensure that this prophecy will never come true and the gods will never falter at all. He goes back to cutting.
Okay. I just want to make sure, like, I know what the most common form of it is, because, like, isn't one of the safeguards is supposed to be, like, that certain gods don't have children, right?
Yes, of course. That is generally the idea. Artemis obviously does not have children. Hades does not have children, or at least he doesn't stray from Persephone. And Hera generally does not stray from Zeus. However, of course, there is one very clear exception to that. But, in general, what we know of these children of the gods in the prophecy, at least, is that they're mortal. That's sort of all we know. They are mortal children of the gods. So that rules out any other sort of pure god. For instance, a child of Hera could be Ares, but Ares is obviously not mortal and can therefore not be referenced in the prophecy.
Yeah, okay, so, like, the version of it, do you know, does it, like, mention demigods specifically, or does it just say children? Because, like, say a god was to get bored and raise somebody, would they count as a child of the gods then?
If that were to ever happen, perhaps. I don't know, to be honest. I believe that scholars tend to use the words interchangeably. I don't believe that anyone's ever made the distinction. Perhaps they have, and that's not necessarily my expertise.
Okay, I was just wondering, because, like, you're the only priest on board. I had questions,
Of course.
so I was like,
I
let's go
will
ask the priest.
recommend, if you are curious about this matter, either talk to some high priest of Apollo who might know more, or you can consult the text itself. I believe the earliest rendition of this prophecy is still housed in the library in Xander.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to, like, get a little bit of direction on that.
Cool.
One final thing before I, like, distract you from your cutting up of creature or whatever this is anymore. I forgot what you said it was.
Plant,
Jamie. I'm so
actually.
sorry. Plant. Oh, that's really cool. If you find anything cool, let me know. I'm a nature person.
It does have healing properties. It's soothing to the
That's
skin.
so cool. Okay, I want to know about that after this question because I have
It's
my
basically
herbalism
aloe.
kit. I have my herbalism kit. I want to add it to it. Okay. I'd asked you before about Urania. Where would be the best place to go to get answers about, or like find information out about her? Like, I know she's a minor goddess, so it's harder to.
Yes, I'm not quite sure. Again, not necessarily my expertise. I would say, in general, worship of a particular muse is rarer than worship of the muses themselves. In which case, if you are looking for a place where they worship the muses, I would recommend any sort of theatrical venue or music school, something of that nature. However, if you're looking for something for Urania specifically, I don't know of any established places per se, but to be closer to a goddess of the stars, I would bet that followers of hers tend to find themselves higher ground, nearer to the stars.
Okay, cool. Thank you. And can I steal a little bit of that plant to add to my herbalism kit?
Of course, be my guest. And he sort of slices off the tip of one of the leaves and hands it to you.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I will let you go back to your business.
Of course. Also, if anyone saw that on stream, my cat not only walked across my chair, but then fell off of the chair next to me. So.
Cats be like that sometimes.
So, the sun has now completely set. The stars are out. Night has begun. Is there anything people like to do? Ryujin, all yours.
Yeah, I was just gonna go back to the front of the ship by the
Sure.
the figurehead,
Yep.
and just hang out again and play the lyre for a little bit. But this time, the images are gonna be like when I first got to I can't remember the exact name, but the gladiator pit, the fighting arena.
In Jorax?
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, I know it's in your backstory. I don't know.
It
it
is.
offhand.
I'll have to
Yeah.
look at it later, but
Yeah.
like my first fight or first couple days there, just like major events, I think, or things that were memorable.
Sure.
Just kind of skimming through, playing like what I.
Your greatest hits as a gladiator.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you see, you remember fighting men, fighting beasts, fighting monsters, fighting really whatever the people who run the arenas could find that was vicious or violent and sort of chucked it at you. It was a very different time of your life. Anything else you would like to do tonight? Alexios.
I would watch Ryujin's show or him playing, and after whenever that ends, I would try and talk to him.
Yeah. So you watch, and the imagery is very familiar to you. Obviously not the specific instances, but you grew up around gladiators your entire life. You grew up going to these events, and Ryujin is holding his own in a lot of. Now, of course, Ryujin is the one making these images, so you don't know how accurate they are to history. But yeah, now you could sort of actually imagine Ryujin as a gladiator, and he could hold his own.
So could I tell it was him in the images?
You tell me, Ryujin.
Is there an eye patch?
Most definitely there is an eye patch. Yeah.
Okay, so whenever, I'm just gonna walk up to him and say, that was you. You actually did all that.
Yeah, that was before I left Jorax and went to Looms.
How far did you get? Were you a champion? Was it just a thing?
I was undefeated. Yes.
What was it like? What did you feel?
Not really anything good. I mean, was angry. Wanted to get that frustration out, and that was one of the only ways I knew how. So it was really just let out frustration, I suppose.
So you didn't like it? Would you ever
I mean,
do it again?
It's not that I didn't like it. I mean, I enjoyed fighting for sure, but yeah, if I was getting paid or there was something cool in it, I think I could do it again. But at that time in my life, it was more of an escape, I suppose.
Where did you fight, actually?
It was in Jordax. It was called the Man-Eater Stadium.
There we go. I knew it. Yeah.
How long ago were you there?
Man, I left only maybe a couple months before we all met in Looms. So, well, we've been together now for only maybe like 2 or 3 months.
Something like that.
So, yeah, not even half a year ago I was there.
So, out of character, Sammy, how long ago, like, would he...
It's certainly possible.
Okay. Have you met someone along the way who might have used, like, poison?
Hold on, let me just read it a little bit.
Ryujin, I don't know if it's written in your backstory or not, but
No, it's not.
the one that you're thinking of, yes.
Okay. Yeah, there was a couple times where I think people were, trying to do
Juicing.
stuff like that, but there was one time where I remember it clearly, yeah.
And it seems random, but do you remember a name?
I, as a player, no, but I don't know if Ryujin would know.
I mean, if it's in your backstory, Ryujin knows it. It's
Okay.
a question of what you want to do about it.
I think so. I think I remember the name. It was was it Bronze Lizard? No, that's not right. That's not right. Was it Silver Snake? I think. Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, and Alexios goes like full fanboy, and he like sits cross-legged like wherever he is. And he just, did you fight him?
Yeah, we had a really good match. Yeah, I was actually
Lost?
well. I ended up winning, but it was close. There was I see the funny thing with that is that's like the event. That fight was like the kickstart to all this. I wouldn't be here right now if that never happened, because I was actually supposed to throw that fight, and because I didn't, the people who ran the stadium at the time basically just they threatened me if I didn't throw the fight, and I didn't end up doing it because I wasn't there for the money or for glory or anything. I was there to fight, and I didn't throw the fight, so they tried to hurt me, and that's when Poseidon came out of the woodworks and gave me power and purpose and sent me on my way to Looms. Well, he didn't send me to Looms. I went there on my own, but it was a good fight. I remember it was really close, but I don't know, maybe I got lucky.
Wow. Well, that's crazy. So you actually won.
Yeah.
He's never gonna hear the end of this. Oh God.
Who's not gonna hear me? What are you talking about?
So That's my brother? In a sense, like, you know how Honora's not really Artemis's never mind. But friends, that's my brother. I taught him everything he knows, which, I mean, isn't good seeing as you beat him.
Listen, he was an excellent fighter. It was probably the best match I think I've ever had. I mean, he was honorable. He fought fair. Yeah, I mean, besides the poison, but it's an arena. It's understandable. But it was good. It was good. Fought well. In the moment, when I was supposed to throw the fight, I couldn't. There was just like a split second where I had to make the decision to either just end the fight right there or try to throw it, and I couldn't do it, so I ended the fight.
Well, if knowing him, if you actually would have thrown the fight and he would have found out, he would have tried to kill you outside of the ring. He's stupid. He's an idiot, but he's my brother. But point being, thank you. It's honorable. He wants to be the best. I think you would have liked him if you would have had time to talk.
Yeah.
It's crazy how it seems like it's all intertwining. My brother.
Yeah. It's feels like so long ago, Had a whole stage name and little gladiator get up,
Who are you, the one-eyed wonder?
That's a good guess, but no.
The Cyclops.
I wish. That's so much better. What the fuck? No.
Yeah, I helped him pick out his name too.
It was Ryu the Unbroken, because I hadn't lost.
Don't you feel like Ryu the Unbeaten?
Listen, I didn't make the name. That's just what they started calling me.
Oh. I mean, you just really, sometimes you really need to take, control of your own brand. You shouldn't leave that up to other people. You could have ended up, really, really bad on that end.
I mean, that's fair, but I was a kid, when it first started.
I'm just saying something to think about. And if you have any, if you needed anybody to help you rebrand. But you really have to tell me all about the gladiatorial thing. I hated. Well, not hated. I didn't really see a need for it. But now that we're out and meeting people and we need to make allies, it seems like a thing. I mean, ship. Maybe we go forward a ship after that.
I mean, it's definitely something that would be worth looking into. And, I mean, I don't think I would be welcome back at the Maneater Stadium. But, if there was something like, we looked into and you guys would want to do that, I mean, I'd be okay with it. But, yeah.
I mean, we can go under a different name, assumed aliases, the Unbroken. I don't know how would make that into plural, but
The Ashes.
I feel like when I left, I kind of left I guess that title and everything behind. So a fresh start with that, I think, would be cool.
I mean, if we go somewhere else, we can go a couple other places. We become famous. They can't kill a famous group of people, hopefully. And
I mean, they can try.
Yeah. But I mean, we'll workshop it.
Okay.
It's just we could take it to everybody else. But it was nice talking to you.
You too.
Oh, congratulations on the new family. And then I just walk away.
In Ryuja's mind, he like forgot about that for a bit, and now I'm just like really excited again. It's like,
Aw.
that's right. I'm gonna start playing "Immigrant Song" by Led Zeppelin on the lute or the lyre.
Amazing. So, Adagio, as you glow in the moonlight, what are you doing?
It has been 5 days at sea, and I haven't had a single pirate party, so I'm pulling out my lyre.
Yeah, Teos will absolutely see you do that, and it's like, oh, are we fucking going to town?
We're going. If Honora's over here, I want some dancing lights in this. Ding, 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 ding. I'm gonna pull that one guy punched in the face up on his feet. I'm gonna start dancing with him, and, like pulling people from the crowd and like make circles. And we're going all out. Someone bring out the beer or something, because
Teos makes some dancing lights.
Oh
You
yes.
will,
He
I
also
can
has that
also
smell.
do dancing lights and add some more.
Zip and
I
zip
just
and
love
zip
it.
and zip and zip and zip. There is a
more.
rave down in the hole tonight. Nobody sleeps. Everyone is partying and drinking and having a ball. It's great.
Oh, I don't even have to use a charge to use dancing lights. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm. 'Cause it's like a cantrip, yeah. By the end of the night, a lot of the sailors are just like wrap their arms around each other and singing old sea shanties and stuff, and everyone's living their best lives, and it's because of the party that you started, Adagio.
Can I get Adagio to do something real quick, or see if I can get him to do something?
Sure. In the midst of this boom zap, you sort of make your way over to Adagio.
Yeah. So at
Um,
some point, the only people I can think of, like, as far as like they know a bunch of stuff about music, would be bards. Can I get you to send a message to Eric's about the muses for me?
Oh, those to me. God. Yeah.
What did you say?
I
What
didn't
just happened? You
realize
turned it.
that was to me. I turned to stone. What, Eric?
It's
yeah,
it's
he'd love a
ironic.
party. I'd invite him. Fuck yeah.
My God, can I pull him away from like all of this real quick to just like so like he can hear me?
I'm the light of the party.
Literally.
You will be back in a second. I'll cast another dancing lights for you.
Woo! Okay, man. What's
Okay.
up?
Can I get you at some point to send a message to Eric's with a question for me about the muses?
Oh, about your crush? Oh, yeah, the muses. Sure.
Why did I ever ask you for anything? It doesn't have to be tonight because you are in the middle of your party, but I do have some questions to see if he knows, like, maybe where I can find some information.
If I sent him a message right now, would he hear the background? And like just like a rave in the background?
A little bit, yeah.
That'd be so fun to me. I definitely want to send a message right now.
Go
Wait,
ahead.
what am I saying?
Yeah,
What am I
you have to know the. I had to have, it's 25 words, right? I have to
Yeah.
write this out or I'll get it wrong.
You think on that. I'm gonna go back to dancing.
Everyone
'Cause you have
preaching,
to say
"Ah,
it's-
it's coming."
From me, because otherwise he would think it was from you.
What's wrong with that? Does Eric's not like me? Are you telling me? Is this okay? You know what,
That was
Eric?
fully out of character. That was out of character, by the way.
Adagio's getting messy
Okay.
tonight. Listen, Eric, you fucking bitch.
I'm a pretty cool demigod too, so you know what? My dad likes me, so what you
And
know?
Eric's
Your
like
mom.
sleeping at a campsite. He's like, ah, what the fuck?
I have like 3 message charges, so he can't even get rid of me. I'll do them like randomly too, at like 25 minutes, and then like 52 minutes, and then like 5 minutes after. Take that. I'm gonna look around the room and be like, anyone got a loot?
Yeah. Teos has a loot.
Wait, can I play the loot? Can I play the loot? Oh no, I play the
Can you?
viola. Anyone got a viola?
Let me see what instruments Teos has, and I'll let you know what he's got.
I love Teos. What is Teos?
He's a bard.
Oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
I love him. Why don't we just ask Teos? He's a bard.
At the
Teos
moment, I
plays.
don't know.
Teos plays the drum, the horn, the viol, and the lute.
You have a viol?
Yeah, he has a viol.
I'm gonna make a 2-person band with this man.
I feel like after having the horn of silent alarm for so long, I should be proficient with the horn.
I think you should.
Counter offer. I'm proficient in another
Counteroffer.
year.
I turn off all the dancing lights and tell everyone to get to bed before I beat the shit out of them. I'm just kidding.
Okay. Let me think.
Back
I
to
think I
the
had
pirate.
this right at 25 words. What?
You think so?
That's impressive, actually.
Alright.
20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25!
Nice. What am I saying?
Would you happen to know where I can find information about the muses, specifically Urania? Hope all is well. Keep in touch. With love, Honora.
Yo, I
Wow,
need
you
info
had
on from Honora.
Don't make me have written this out for nothing, please.
Oh my god. That was way too long. That was like 25.
Can we just say that you said it?
Yes. Adagio sends that to Eric's. Adagio, you wait for a moment before you hear the sultry voice of Eric's in your mind.
In my...
What's your voice?
Ooh.
Sounds like you're at a party. Tell her I don't know. I trained in the Feywild, so if you make a trip there, I could tell you where to go. And that's it.
Alright, immediately loses all forms of having a crush on Eric's because they use the wrong pronouns for Honora.
Oh, you're right. That's my bad. That's my bad. I apologize for that.
Immediately just like,
You
nope,
said go to
done.
the Feywilds or something.
Swear to God, you want to send Honora on a wild goose chase to the Feywild?
He said party back at his place? We're all invited. Eric's wasn't good enough for Nora.
That's what chat's saying. Yep, it's true.
Is that what chat is saying?
Well, that's what Quirky's saying.
So
Hey,
yeah.
can I go over to Teos and ask him? Teos, what do you know about the muses?
What do you need to know?
Well,
Where
what were
can I go with the Dajia and be like, okay, where can I find information on them? Specifically about Urania, like, if possible.
Oh, Urania. Not super familiar with her. I tend to spend more time with her sisters, if you know what I mean.
Oh.
Just implied
Wait,
that he's sleeping with all the muses except Urania.
No.
The way he said that, it did. So,
You know, a lot of the muses relate to, like, music and songwriting and stuff, and
That's nice.
Urania does not.
I mean, he's the one you said, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean, implies something different.
Well, he's a bard.
Next to my album, be like, you
He is a
rats.
bard. He is a bard.
Can I pet him like a cat?
You can certainly try.
Out of character.
I mean, he is the texture of a cat.
I just want to squeeze him. I need.
Is there anywhere you know, like on the mainland, that like anywhere in Voltur where they like worship the muses that I could go and like ask some questions?
Yeah, Voltura is not really an artistry type of place. It's much more violence and weapons. But if you ever make the trip to Persia, that's where I'm from. The ruins of Ilium. We got some places there I can show you.
I mean, where is that on the map? Since the map's behind you.
It's across. It's the next continent over.
Oh well,
It's
fuck.
Ilium.
That
The
doesn't
ruins
help
of
me.
Ilium are the Trojan War. That's where Troy used to be.
Oh, that helps
Yeah.
me none.
If you tell me that the Lion Man is from Persia with a R, I'm going to lose my shit. How do you spell Persia?
Persia.
Okay. If it was
Why?
with a U.
Oh,
Eurrsi.
that's funny.
I
I
thought
should have done
Persia.
that.
I was waiting for his
Persia.
name from him to be from like Narnia for a second. So
Nah, when you get to the other continents, you get to some more exotic races.
So, Sammy, what do you think about like shark people? What do you think about that? Shark folk. When you pick your brain, what do you think about that?
There are underwater people who worship a shark god and are somewhat shark-like.
Define
That's hooligan.
somewhat shark-like.
They've got like sharp. They're more monstrous than they are like people. Yeah, they're called Sahooligans.
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm asked Tails.
They
the
worship
party-
the goddess Iker, if you want to know.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna be like, Teos, thank you for the information.
What?
Make sure the lights are still going, and I'm gonna go to like the side of the ship that this is not happening on, and just like look at the stars and.
Yeah, I
go
mean,
to
this
sleep.
is happening on the bottom level, so you can just go up and
Yeah.
be away from the rave.
I'm imagining like disco ball lights pouring out of like the holes of
For
everything.
sure. There's like little lights that are hitting the ocean. It's actually kind of beautiful. All right, Ilme, is there anything you'd like to do tonight as the rest of the ship parties?
Well, if once Alexios leaves the crow's nest,
For sure, yeah.
I'll head back up there and continue my being by myself, just thinking about what the future and what I'm going to do with what I want to do with Triea, and taking into consideration what Honora said and the rest of the party said, and trying to make up my mind.
All right, and I will say, as you spend most of the night up here, you do see Triea eventually does come up to the deck of the ship and sort of hangs out behind the wheel and is just looking at the stars and contemplating life as well.
Okay. Also, if from now on, I'm keeping an eye out for whenever Cassandra and Simon and Nemios meet, and if I ever see them meeting, might
Alright.
just figure out what they're saying.
Sure. I will say, from your time in the crow's nest this afternoon, you do see they do cross paths at one point. You're too far away to actually hear what they say in the crow's nest, but it looks like a very brief conversation. Seaman and Nemios like points to one of the sails or something, so they're probably talking about actual ship stuff.
Yeah, if I ever like see them
Being
deep
sketch.
conversation,
Yeah.
I'm gonna sneak up and listen in.
You got it. You also see eventually Anura comes up onto the deck as well. So you actually see Ryujin at the front of the ship, Anura comes up at the center of the ship, and Triea in the back of the ship, and you're just sort of on Overwatch. All right.
Let's party upstairs. Imagine.
So, if there's nothing else you guys would like to do tonight, we can fast
I
forward.
want to vibe check the crowd. Where am I?
Oh, the crowd is pumping. Like these are sailors. They know how to fucking let go and let loose.
Where are all the gay people? Is the first thing I thought.
Welcome to the Tromokratis. All right.
To the jungle.
Yes, Alexios.
I don't know how available Cassandra would be,
You can knock on her
but
door.
like, ooh,
Wait a minute.
yeah, I'll try that.
Right. You knock on her door, and for a moment there's silence before you hear. Is someone knocking on my door in the middle of the night?
Ooh, I don't
And the
mean
door
any
opens, and you see
disrespect.
she's wearing like a nightgown, and she just looks at you, she's like, "What is it?"
I am so sorry. It's just that, like, listen, I have a really deep respect for the sea, and I know how detrimental a little bit of like weak framework could be, and I don't want to cause a big problem, right? But there's been a little small discrepancies. Not that I say anything about your crew, because I know on the sea your crew is your family, but your bosun is a little bit shoddy with his work.
Alright, let me guess, you would like to take his place on my crew forever, yes?
No, hell no. I don't. No, all I'm saying is that you've been a friend to us, and I'd just like to be a friend to you. If you would like wanted to, once we left, just make a couple comments, like, hey, just check this out, or maybe when you're below deck, keep a sharper eye, see if you see anything, and don't worry about now because I made a lot of small adjustments during the course of the day. I just want you to.
She puts a hand out. She's like, "You talk so much for so late. I will tell you this. When we dock in Voltura, if you find me a worthy bosun that can replace Rangrim, I will consider the offer. Yes?"
I don't even care about if he gets replaced. I just care about you and your ship. I don't want anything bad to happen to the Tromokratis. You've saved our lives.
Alright, we can talk about this in the morning. She turns around and she turns to close the door, and you see, when she's wearing her leather armor and stuff, you can see like a tentacle tattoo that sort of spreads to both shoulders. But now in this sort of nightgown that she's wearing, you can see far more of it on her back, and you see this like enormous sparkling octopus or squid or some sort of sea creature all along her back, and the tentacles go like all the way down her back and all the way over to her shoulders, and those are just the small parts you could have seen normally. But you see the actual centerpiece is far more intricate and beautiful than you were expecting. She goes, "All right. Good night, Alexios." Close the door.
That is a wonderful tattoo.
You say to the closed door.
Yeah, just all right. Then I just go on and go to sleep.
All right.
Well, I was just dying. A kid I went to high school with just called me because he's drunk and called the wrong Anna. I haven't talked to him since I graduated, and that was over 3 years ago.
I love it. Amazing.
I would just like to say, looking around and seeing that none of my party members joined me for my first party. All are fake.
I was there. Hold
You're
up.
all
I
on a
cast
list.
dancing
You were there
lights
in
for
front of me to
you.
use sending. You were
I
there.
cast dancing lights for you before I used sending. I'll never cast dancing lights for you again.
I'll never
Yeah,
cast sending
it was
for
more
you
like
again.
Anura like Irish goodbye, Anura's the friend that's there at the beginning, and then you're like, where the hell did Anura go?
It's Nora.
I was
Why would
dancing,
Nora
I
be
was
at a
there.
party?
You're a
Hold up. You
druid.
can't hold that
Huh?
to do with
I thought
it.
that was cool. We
All
could have
right.
burned some blood glass together.
I was
It's
not
true.
planning on Nora getting high
That's how you know you
today.
get a real party. So, eventually,
Blood glass
after the
cube out of
rave,
my bag. Let me just get high.
after the rave dies down, you all do find yourselves to sleep. The entire ship wakes up far later than normal on this day. But before that happens, Ryujin,
I fucking forgot again. Son of a
About
bitch.
to mention it to you, and I didn't.
Son of a sea.
you're on the sandy beach again. The sword in your hand. Poseidon kneeling at your feet. And you hear the voice of Tromokratis in this humanoid form behind you. The time has come to choose, child. He goes and steps forward, and he is now standing right in front of you, next to Poseidon. And you just watch as he also kneels in front of you and lowers his head, just like Poseidon.
Choose this, choose that. I don't even know who I am, and you want me to decide if I want to fight for you or Poseidon and your, what, at this point, petty squabble for who controls the ocean. Listen, alright? You're an ancient being, okay? So is Poseidon. Except Poseidon literally spawned me. Man, like, this dude splooged. You know what I'm saying? And I came from that.
I can't believe you're talking to a Titan like this.
Alright.
Oh my gosh.
Let me just
I can't believe you just said that on stream. Is what I
Okay, so
A great moment.
you still haven't given me a good reason as to why I would pick your winning side. Other than you can, grant me the same abilities that Poseidon can? That doesn't make any sense. You want me to switch sides with, like, no benefits, alright? This is not a good trade deal. You understand? Like,
Child, the benefit is that you survive what is coming.
survive what's coming. I'll give you the ocean. That's a bunch of hot baloney, alright? Listen, the fates have already decided what's going to happen. If I die, I die. If I don't, then I'll continue fighting.
I see the carrot does not work with you. Perhaps the stick will have a better effect.
I'll take the
This is
sword in
my-
the dream and I stab myself.
And the dream dissolves. In the middle of his sentence, the dream dissolves, and you wake up in a sweat. So,
You
I kind of want to know what he said, actually. I'm gonna. Can we rewind a little bit?
you like slowly take it out a little bit.
like, wait a minute.
She's like,
Take a
wait,
healing
hold on.
potion out of your bag
What were
real
you saying?
Ryujin, you wake up in a sweat.
Mm.
It's early morning. And you can almost like feel the residual pain from the sword in your chest. You like almost subconsciously touch where the wound would be. Your hand comes back bloody.
What?
You start today minus 5 hit points,
Oh shit.
and that also reduces your maximum for the day. by
Oh
5 hit
shit.
points.
This was a dream sword, but it does real damage.
And you
Okay.
look and like, there's no actual wound, but the blood is there and it's wet. It's fresh.
I feel
Start
okay.
pouring
Is there any way that I
lava
could like have done that after Tromokratis finished his sentence? Because that was kind of impulsive. And...
No. No, you did it.
All right, that's fine.
Too
That's
late
fine.
now.
So, you can all wake up, you can all take your long rest.
I come home in the morning like.
Wait, so I don't get the benefits of a long rest, do I?
No, you
Is that
do.
just-
You get the benefits of a long rest. You're just fucking, like, on edge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Who would like to roll
I-
for today's journey?
I want to do it.
Go ahead.
D20.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh my god.
9.
9. Okay. You wake up to clear skies. Though it looks like there might be some storm clouds in the distance, but they look like they're not coming towards you. It looks like it's going to be an okay sailing day today. So, you can feel free to interrupt me if there's something specific you guys would like to do, but otherwise, I'll assume you guys are going about your normal business.
Does the crew like me more now, or?
Yeah, like a lot of them are conflicted because like it's like when like an army drill sergeant throws you a party, you know? But yeah, I mean they think you're a fucking hoot. Yeah, absolutely.
Like
Nice.
in Major Pain, whenever he like shot the monster in the closet, and the kid was like, "Oh, you're cool," but then he's still Major Pain.
Yeah. Anura, you're on the deck with Triea. Ilme, you're up in the crow's nest with Sana. Go ahead and make a perception check for me, Ilme. You all are sort of with your respective parties. Ryujin, you're with Cassandra at the wheel. Standard stuff.
A 22
22.
perception.
Looking around the seas are fairly calm. They're a bit spun up, but they're calm. And after about an hour of this watch, you see a single little piece of driftwood pass by. Looks like it was probably from a ship at one point. Small, but meaningless. A few more minutes pass, and another piece of driftwood. Slightly larger. A few more moments pass, like a barrel passes by. And then
Okay.
you see a piece of driftwood with a body on it.
Man overboard!
Everyone sort of looks, what?
There's
And
a
this
man,
is the
or I don't
start
know, a
of Pirates of
person.
the Caribbean.
Triea immediately
There's a
just
person
jumps
down there.
overboard and dives into the water.
I'm gonna jump with I can turn into a dolphin and jump with Trya, but I'm not gonna do that because I need my wild shapes. Never mind.
Okay. Luckily, Tria's a very strong swimmer. It
I mean,
doesn't
I would
take
hope so.
long. Doesn't take long for Triea to get to this body, and she sort of flips him over on its back, and you see it is a man. Looks like he's probably like mid-30s, mid-40s or so. Very sunburnt on only his back, and his front
Can I
side is
tell
very
it's
pale.
dead?
You don't know.
Can I
You
tell?
ca-
Can I try check?
From that distance, no, but you see Trias sort of like gets him over her shoulders and starts slowly swimming back and moving her way back up the ship before planting him down and just sort of like collapsing next to him.
I'm gonna immediately run over and check and see if he's dead. What's up? You know, whole 9 yards.
Go ahead and make a medicine
I
check.
was right there. I was right there anyway. It's Trya.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a nat 20.
Nat 20.
Medicine check.
You feel a pulse, but he's not breathing.
Can I immediately start doing like CPR or something like
Yeah,
that? We assume
yeah.
I would know that.
Yeah, I'll say with that natural 20 medicine check, you know that, and you immediately start compressing his chest, and it takes a few minutes before he and just coughs up water and turns to his side and just retches a couple times, just pure seawater.
Can I go up to him really quick and like my hand on the on their shoulder and what happened? Who are you?
Before that, can I give him a health potion to give him something?
Sure, yeah. Go ahead. You can go ahead and roll for that health potion.
Okay.
2d4 plus 2. He sort of catches his breath and looks at you, Anora, and looks at Triea. Thank you.
7 hit points for him, by the way.
7? Thank you.
Yes. And can I take some of the aloe, not all of it, like the aloe-ish thing that Nemios,
yeah.
that's his name, had given me, and put on like a little bit of it on the sunburn and be like, just take your time, man. You calm down.
Absolutely. And at this point, Nemios is rushing up with some of his medicinal tools as well. And the man just... he looks at you, Regent. I'm sorry. What was your question?
What happened to you?
Shipwreck. A long time ago. I was taken by some creature. It was horrible, but I escaped.
What did the creatures look like? Can you tell us?
I was there was just one, and it was some sort of woman, but ugly and water. He's like pukes again. It was horrible. She had these long claws. She had me in chains in her lair or whatever the fuck.
Was it underwater?
Yeah, definitely underwater.
What did she?
Did
Did she
she
have
sing?
like
No.
Okay.
Did she have like a fishtail?
No, she had seaweed hair or something. I don't know.
Oh fuck.
Did you say that in character?
No. Sorry. I'm just like, as a player, I'm having a realization. I'm gonna shut up.
Where were you and your crew headed?
It's like really, he seems to be racking his brain. Achillea. The fingers, Poseidon's fingers.
Can I ask, like, Treya, who's grown up, like, on the
Mhm.
sea, like, does she know anything about the seaweed hair lady, or, like, Anemios or anybody? Do they know anything?
Let's find out. Jesus Christ.
Jesus, Sammy.
Try to sort of say, I don't know. I mean, there's lots of stories of like sea witches or something like that. I don't know. And the man is looks circus. You were the one. You brought me here, right? You brought me up here. Yeah. He just like wraps her in an embrace. Thank you. It's really fine, but okay.
I'm the one that saw you way up in the crow's
Can I
Thank you.
can I roll to see if I might know what he's talking about?
Yeah, go ahead.
Gavin, out of character, what was
Um,
your realization? Because I don't know what the fuck's happening.
Look, it just sounds like
This
a
dude looking like,
PTSD
hello, bro.
hag.
Can we heal him? What's up with this?
I rolled a natural 12. What do I add anything to that?
It's a history.
History. It's -2, so 10. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, every sailor has a song about like sea creatures, and almost all of them are female, you know, like sirens are female and mermaids are female and sea witches are female. So a lot of like the dangers of deep sea are like all the stories about like sailors being, you know, like seduced and brought to the bottom of the ocean. So there's a great many creatures that he could be referencing. You don't know specifically what he's talking about.
Gotcha.
Can I just start asking everyone on the ship, do you know specifically what he could be talking about?
Cassandra comes forward. Tell me, sir, do you know where you were under the sea? I don't know. I don't know how long I was on that driftwood. Well, sea witches are certainly not an unknown thing. And there is one witch in particular who, it has been rumored at least, takes up residence in the Trident Sea and likes taking captives for bizarre blood rituals. They call her Thalassia of the Six Sisters. And she is a fearsome creature. It is a miracle that you survived.
What if he survived for a reason she's not done yet?
What if he survived on purpose?
Well,
That was in character, by the way. That was
Yeah,
like
yeah,
100% in I said that.
Yeah. Well, that is a horrific thought. But sea witches do not tend to attack ships. That is more krakens and that sort of thing. But I will not let anyone out of the ship for the next few days. Understood? She looks at Trey. She said, yeah, understood.
Wild shapes. I must learn.
I apologize, but the safety of my crew is more important than your education. If this is the last year of the Six Sisters, which it may not be, but if she is close, gods help us all.
Who are the six
Anemios.
sisters?
Sorry?
Who are these six sisters? I am so confused. I have no information, and I'm like, what is this ocean-themed villainous you mentioned? I'm a child of the sun.
Anemios, bring this man to your med bay and get him healthy. Anemios sort of like takes him under his arm and carries him away. Triae goes with him. Cassandra goes, the Six Sisters is an ancient myth passed down by both sailors and clerics alike. Not much is known about the actual text, as this is a story that is rooted before the Age of Gods in the Age of Titans. Because of this, the details are less clear. But it is generally believed that the Six Sisters used to be humans, and they were devoted to the Titans, and they would preach about the Titans, and they strove to become like the Titans, and they began to take on characteristics of the Titans. But of course, as we know in all of our stories, when mortals try to become gods, it is never good for them. So, as they tried to emulate the Titans, they became more monstrous, only able to emulate the absolute worst in these creatures. They became deformed and ugly, each in their own separate way. And then something happens, some sort of break, and the Six Sisters were separated to different parts of Gaia. And it is said that the closer they are together, the more powerful they become. They sort of operate as a unit. Individually, they are frightening, but together, with their energies tethered to each other, they are nearly unstoppable. What they want is unclear. They want different things, but throughout their different methodologies, they all hope to take joy and turn it into sadness. Take happiness, turn it into fear. Take beauty, turn it to ugliness. They corrupt and they corrode. Thalasia was the sister who devoted herself to Oceanus. As such, she developed some sort of aquatic adaptations. And when she was separated from the rest of her kin, she found a hole in a deep part of the Trident Sea, and has lived there ever since, stealing men away from ships, sacrificing them to the Titans. But these are stories. These are songs that we tell each other. But it is troubling, to say the least.
On
Cassandra.
that note, can I go help Anemios and
And try
Chad?
Yeah, absolutely. You can head downstairs.
Would I have been able to hear any of that up in the crow's nest?
I mean, I would say with all the commotion going on, if you wanted to climb down, you could.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Once I hear that, I'm going back up and I'm keeping an eye out for
Sure.
seaweed.
You got it. You do see some seaweed, but it looks like it just floats away.
Can I kind of walk to the side with the Cassandra and say, "Hey, do you have somewhere we could talk in private?"
Alright, come to my cabin.
Okay.
She escorts you into her quarters. How can I help you?
So I still have yet to talk to the rest of the party about this, but I've been having some strange dreams while aboard. And at first I wasn't too worried, but after last night, I'm pretty concerned. Tromokratis was, I believe, visiting me, trying to persuade me. And I was not tempted. And last night there was a scene in this dream where I had the option to either stab Poseidon or Tromokratis, and I stabbed myself.
You
And the
stabbed
dream.
yourself in that scenario.
Yes,
Why would you not stab Tromokratis?
that's fair. It's a good point. I don't know. It was just impulsive, and I just wanted him to shut up because he was starting to like, I don't know, saying something about how I couldn't be tempted with a carrot, so he's gonna try the stick, and then I just like was over it, you know. So anyway, I woke up and there was blood on my chest, but no wound, and I feel kind of bad. But I would just have everyone on high alert. I'm gonna talk to the rest of the party about it, but like, I have a bad feeling, and I don't want to bring anything bad upon your ship or your crew or you or anyone. So if there's anything I can do, just let me know. But I figured it'd be better if I told you this now than something horrible happening. And I mean,
Ryujin, there's something you must know.
what's that?
Those dreams that you experienced.
Mm-hmm.
There once was a girl here who experienced very similar dreams. What you must know, and what I feel I must now tell you. Traea is your half-sister. She waits for
Okay,
some sort of
so
surprise response.
I'm just like, okay, I feel like I have to roll deception or something because
For
like
sure you do.
Ryu's just gonna be like, oh my god, all makes sense now. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll that real fast.
Go ahead.
Okay, that's not horrible. Natural 15, and I'm pretty sure my deception is like 7, right? Yeah, so 22.
Okay. Even with Cassandra's plus 12,
Oh,
God.
what the fuck? What the fuck?
she only rolls a total of 20. She rolled an 8.
Oh.
So she's like,
I'm just like, are you serious?
yes.
Oh my god.
And when she was a child, she was also plagued with dreams like this. But with the guidance of Seaman and Nemios, she was able to overcome them, and eventually the dreams stopped entirely. Perhaps you should talk to him, see if he has any guidance for you.
I 100% will, but my fear is that it may be too late. Tromokratis wanted me to choose, and I didn't. I didn't choose either of the options laid before me. I went my own way, as stupid as it may seem.
Perhaps you are right. And perhaps this ship is destined to fall to its own namesake. It would quite be ironic. Or perhaps he is bluffing? Perhaps you impressed him with your decision. There are many
doubt
things we
that.
do not know, and I do not claim to know the mind of Tromokratis. But I will tell you this. We are already on high alert after this newcomer. I will stay on high alert. And if a giant kraken comes calling, well, gods help us then as well.
Do you have another small boat?
You destroyed our small boat.
You don't have a single man rowboat or anything like that?
You have been on this ship for 5 days now. Have you seen a small boat?
I wasn't sure if you might have had one hid away somewhere. I haven't explored every inch of the ship. I mean, I've seen a lot, but
No.
not.
We had the one.
Okay. Do you have any maybe spare lumber?
I suppose, in terms of wood for patchwork. Do you want us to build a boat?
Yeah.
You want to leave?
No, I don't want to leave. I just like, if Tromokratis shows up, he's not after you. He's after me. And I don't want your ship my mother's ship, you and all my friends to die because of a dumb decision that I made. So if that happens, I want to have a small raft or boat or something I can jettison myself out a ways, try to lure them away, and you can all escape.
You are brave. I will give you this. But you are naive. If Tromokratis does come for you, do you think he will care that you are yards away from us? He will take it as a personal slight that we housed such an individual. If he comes for you, Ryujin, we are dead either way.
Well, I guess then keep the cannons ready.
Aye, we will.
All right. Yeah, I'll walk back, try and find the party.
Yeah. So Anura, you're down in the med bay with Triea and Anemios. As you're down there, you find the man's name. He introduces himself as Banto.
Right.
And you see, like, although she's trying to hide it, you get the sense that Triea really does like how he sort of looks at her like a hero. And so he's like just constantly thanking her, and she's like, no, stop it. But she's also like, okay, you know.
Yeah.
But eventually, Anemios gives him something to rest and to heal. Is there anything anyone would like to do this day?
I would like to gather everyone together when they're all done with their stuff and when I'm done.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone can gather on the deck.
Party phase 2, let's go.
But like after you all do the stuff that you want to do.
Yeah. I mean, is there something that people want to do?
I mean, just
yeah.
Just a general, like, I'm keeping an eye out on the
of course.
horizon and stuff.
Yeah, I'm using your passive perception. Yeah.
Okay.
Does Tails also have a really cool bard instrument where it's like magically powered by the universe? That's like, I don't know.
What?
What?
You know how like Ryujin's instrument does illusions? Maybe he
Yeah,
has something
yeah.
bard like that.
I don't believe he does. No.
For fun. Sorry.
let me check. I don't think he does.
If we ever meet this, I'm strong arming him to do it to mines too. Like, damn.
No, he's got a cool like magic rapier, but it's just like a sharper rapier.
Can I text Orpheus?
Can you text Orpheus? You could send him descending. Yeah, absolutely.
Yo, man. Oh no, yeah, he's always drunk. Never mind. He's not gonna remember me. He's not gonna remember. Forget him. Never mind.
Man, that was so long. That was literally like what?
That was literally the first scene of session 1.
Actually,
Yeah.
I'm gonna text him. Where you at? What you up to?
Almost a year ago. That's crazy.
Yeah. That's what you send to him?
A friend. From a friend.
Wandering. Just always wandering. That's it.
Dramatic bitch.
I thought he'd be somewhere cool and he'd be like, hitting gold or something. I'd be like,
It's like, can't talk.
Sorry,
I'm in
that
bed
came
with
out-
5 bitches right now.
Dramatic bitch just kind of came out of nowhere.
Oh well, I tried
All right.
actually.
So, Ryujin gathers everybody on deck.
Okay. So I'm gonna kind of just usher everyone towards the front of the ship, and I'm gonna like, cool guy, lean back on like the figurehead kind of, you know, and like face everyone. And did I tell anyone that I was having a weird dream? I know I told Anura.
I knew.
I don't know if I told anyone else. So
It was
I've been having some strange dreams since we've been aboard, and I didn't really think there were anything to worry about until recently. I'm pretty sure Tromokratis tried, visit or came to visit me last night in my sleep, in my dream, and he's been trying to get me to side with him for the last 4 days, and I've been kind of just not rejecting it, but kind of pushing it away. And last night I was supposed to make a choice, either him, or I guess it, or Poseidon. And I didn't choose either. So I don't know what's gonna happen. That could have been. I just want you guys to know because, I care about you, and I don't want anything bad to happen to you guys. But I might have, it's not like I was gonna side with Tromokratis. That was never gonna happen. But I also don't want you guys to get hurt because of me, so I feel responsible to tell you guys this. So I guess just be on guard, and if you see any type of tentacle that's not a wild shape, call it out immediately, and we'll do our best. But yeah.
I'm going to immediately hug Ryujin.
I was gonna just.
Aww,
Yeah, I want a group hug Ryujin.
Just immediately hug Ryujin. And just, you did better than I did. Pat on the back kind of thing.
That's so sweet.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'll
just
Better
say,
than I did. You didn't side with the Titan. I kind of did.
I need you to had to go through this alone. We're always here for you, buddy.
Thank you.
if we've done this before, we can do it again.
Yeah, but it's different now. We're at sea. There's no solid ground for everyone, and I mean,
I can cast water breathing. It's fine.
I'm
I can just
okay.
water walk. That's fine.
Yeah, between all of us, we've got
That's
enough of us to walk on water and then to be
Yeah.
able to breathe underwater.
No,
The
I agree
Mozi-
with that solid ground thing.
The most thing was in the form of a link. This is potentially a kraken.
All right.
Dude,
Well,
kraken.
also, real quick, future reference. I'm gonna point at every single person in this room. If a Titan starts talking to you, don't keep it from the party. There's lesson number 2 in that.
Boo.
Take it from
feel
first-hand
like-
experience. Don't hide it.
I feel like most of us have had traumatic dreams like this, Ryujin. Well, oh wait, maybe not traumatic. I definitely did not have any traumatic dreams, but we've all had weird dreams from mystical beings who have put their opinions upon us. It just makes me sad that you didn't feel like you could, talk to us about it
I
beforehand.
didn't think it was anything to really worry about until 2 days ago, and then I didn't know what to say. I mean, I talked to Nora about it a little bit because it was on my mind, but I wasn't super worried. I thought I could ride this out until we got to Voltura, and then we wouldn't be on the ocean anymore, and I wouldn't have to worry about it. But last night,
Then again, future reference. The Titan
Yeah.
starts talking to anybody, tell the rest of the group. Because it
Yeah.
could escalate real quick.
last night he was like, "You got to make a choice," and he knelt down next to Poseidon on this beach, this shoreline, and I had a sword in my hand, and I didn't stab any of them. I basically told him to bring off, and he started talking about.
Tromokratis.
Well, he started talking about how I couldn't be tempted with the carrot, and now he's gonna try the stick. So I think that was a threat. But I ended up stabbing myself because I didn't want to hear him talk anymore.
Why not stab Tromokratis? He'd stop
I don't-
talking then.
I know, but it was an impulse decision, and I didn't want him to get super uber angry and come after us,
He
which he
is.
still might come after us. But
I think he already is, because you just kind of turned him down.
yeah,
Why not spit in his face and stab him while you're at it?
It's
yeah.
crazy that you can talk to sea creatures as a gift of the gods, but it's only done us bad.
I know.
Why do you
I'm sorry.
even? I mean, I don't mean it as a thing. Like, I think it should be all agreed that we're good to die for each other's personal bullshit. But this is really overwhelming. Like, no one has a good time at sea.
I have a good time at sea. Listen, if we ever come across
mean,
like
are
a bunch of
you-
lobsters or
I've
like
had a good time
river
at
fish
sea.
or
I
salmon,
met
you know,
another- I met another Circle of Stars druid. I've had a good time at sea. What the fuck you mean?
I had a whole
Ryujin blasted the fuck out of you through a ship. That happened.
That's not important. I'm
sorry.
still learning.
Listen, I feel so bad about that. I don't want to talk about it.
I mean,
no,
in
it was-
fairness, I did hit Ryujin first, I'm pretty sure, so.
I'm just saying, good times aren't easy to be had at sea. That's
We had a
That should
party
be,
last
like-
night.
one of the top
Ew.
3.
a whole one, a whole party. There were lights and everything.
My daughter just came to tell me good night. Sorry.
Aw.
It's
My
okay.
heart.
But this is.
Wait, didn't
So-
Nemios give you something to not have dreams at one point?
I forgot to get it again. That's on me. I got so
Can I
into
create a
playing my
spell
lyre.
that works like
and
a
I just
alarm?
forgot.
There's a
I
spell.
mean,
that
there's
I
an
can
alarm
cast up
spell.
as an alarm. But like, I meant like a phone alarm where every night it goes off and it just says, "Take your potion."
No.
Take your goddamn medicine.
A Rocky talkie.
I'm gonna get Skyrite every night. It's just gonna say, "Take your potion."
Yeah.
Take one of the horns.
I
and
look
shine
up in
one
the
alarm.
stars and I
Just
just
use
see.
the horn.
Take
The
your
giant middle finger. Take your potion.
Well, think of this. We're more than halfway through this trip. Make it 3 more days, 2 more days, whatever it is. We'll be fine.
We should be.
I hope so.
Retail worker in me is like, never say that, it jinxes it.
I mean,
DM and
if
me is
anything,
like, never say that, it jinxes it.
if anything, we'll just face it head
What
on.
con? It was never said.
A hand doesn't work without all its fingers. And
Well,
I mean, that's not true. At all.
in this hypothetical, it doesn't.
Just be really shitty without a thumb.
I'm gonna push Honora overboard.
No one's allowed overboard right now.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm gonna catch him at last second. Oh no. Haha, I was just kidding.
All right. So, anything else you guys want to do tonight before hitting the hay?
I want to summon my water elemental again and try and convince it one more time to let me wear it as armor.
Go ahead and make an animal handling check.
All right.
Am I nearby? Can I give guidance to this?
Sure.
All right, you get guidance.
Okay.
So plus a D4 for you, and then I need to roll cosmic over. Okay, so you
I rolled a 17.
get plus 4
So that's +1, so 18, and then +4.
or plus a D4.
Okay. Did I roll that or should
Yeah,
you?
Who rolls it? Sam, that's a good question.
Nora, you do.
Okay. Add 3 to that, and then I'm gonna also add from cosmic open. I want this to
Holy
happen
shit.
so much. Add another 5.
I
So 8 total
26.
from Anora.
Okay.
26.
So you talk to your water elemental and try to describe this armor that you want him to become for you, and it sort of like looks at you and looks down at itself, and then takes like a little watery hand and just like pokes your armor, and then pokes himself, and his hand just like goes inside of himself. And looks at it. And it's like puts his hand right over your face, and your face just now engulfed in this water. And he pulls it back.
Can I just like, all right, I'm gonna like step
inside
into
of
his
him.
face and just like basically shroud myself with the watery form and be like, this is what I mean. Is this okay? You have a higher AC than I do. Is this fine? And we can move in unison and attack, and when I Eldritch Blast, you can open up a little hole in your hand to like, so I don't hit you with it, and it'll be good. We can adjust.
I'm getting this animated. I hope you know. I'm so getting this animated.
You don't know if he really understands what's happening, but he's not like actively resisting it.
I could like swing with my trident, and you could swing with your arm at the same time. Double attack, double whammy. Yeah.
This is so.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right. You think it'll probably take a little bit to like really get him on the same page as you, but it's a good first start.
Okay. Cool.
Terminator 2 vibes.
Yeah.
Is there any way to make his intelligence higher?
No, not a water elemental.
I can't give him like magic items.
Although maybe actually, Region, you tell me. Look at specifically the spell. It might be that like, as you level up, he might get stronger. I don't actually know. You'll have to look.
Enhance ability on him.
I don't know. I'll have to look all that up because I need to look at the mechanics of how this will work.
When you cast a spell using a spell slot of 5th level or higher, use the higher level whenever the spell is. It talks about attacks and how it manifests in non-occupied space.
I'll look at it over the next week and I'll let you know. I'll make a ruling.
You know Avatar: The Last Airbender when Tars got like.
Oh no, I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're going for. I just need to see if it'll work. Cool. Anura, because Traea is in the med bay with Bonto all day, she does not teach you a new wild shape today.
I was gonna be like, I have Creator Destroy Water. I could have made the water for it.
Sorry, she's not left the med bay. She's not left Bonto's side ever since he's like considered her his hero.
How many more wild shapes do I have to learn for me to have technically like earned the gem for this?
Not very many. A few more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the sun rises, the sun sets. You all go about your normal days and eventually get ready for bed. Another night on the ship.
Can I go pray?
Absolutely. What would you like to do?
I'm going to, this time, only pray to Urania.
Okay.
With the idol out. And... Okay, I don't know what I want to say. I gotta figure out what I want to say. I've learned over the last, I guess, I don't know how long we've been on the boat now. A couple of days. So
5 days. This is the end of day 5.
5 days. Okay. Over the last 5 days, that there's a possibility that you're the reason I survived as a kid, and that you were the one who changed the stars to point in the direction that I needed to go. And now I have no clue what direction I need to go to find out more about you. I don't know where I can go in Gaia to find that out. It could not be you. I could be praying for nothing, but it's all I have to go on right now. So.
Okay. As the stars shine, and it's that time of night where like most of the crew is already asleep. The wee hours of the morning, and you just sort of stay there looking at the sky and looking at the stars in your hand. And once again, they just sort of rearrange into that arrow that you saw when you were a child. And just faces forward. And then it just sort of dissolves and reforms itself into another arrow pointing back. And as it does that, sploosh! You hear a heavy sploosh over the side of the ship.
Good. Can I go see what that was? I don't want to stop looking at the stars, but I want to see what that was.
You look, and it is worth noting that the arrow is currently pointing behind you, and that's where the sound came from as well.
Okay. If I move, does the arrow point towards it when I move?
Are you moving while still looking at your arm?
mean, like, I can kind of glance at it, with a
As
compass.
you begin to move that direction, the form just sort of scatters into its normal sort of like cacophonous shape. You look. Go ahead and make a perception check for me. It is
Okay,
dark.
come on.
Luckily, you are the only party member with dark vision, but it
Hey.
is dark.
Okay. Good perception. Where
Yeah,
the fuck is
perception.
that? Math. 19.
19. Looking at the water, you like the splash has now ceased and doesn't look like there's anything floating, so you can't really tell what the splash was. But looking along the side of the ship, you do see along the side of the ship a window is open.
And I turn into a spider. Which spiders do I have again?
You have giant spiders, you have normal spiders. You can really do whatever you like.
I'm going to turn into just like a normal sized wolf spider, not a giant wolf spider.
Sure. This is like a natural
that still
spider.
But that mid range, where I can still move pretty fast, but not
For sure.
be a giant wolf spider.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna climb down to the window and see if I can see where that's from.
Okay. You also just knowing the layout of the ship, and you sort of look down at the open window. It seems like the open window is the medbay.
Oh no! Can I go crawling down towards the window and look in the window from where I'm at?
The room is completely empty.
Oh fuck! Do I see anything in the water where I'm at now?
No. You can't see past the surface, but it looks like this entire time nothing has surfaced on the water.
Can I go stick my head under the water?
You're a spider.
Or can I not be a spider and stick my head under the water?
Sure. You stick your head under the water. All you see is water. Like the ship is still moving. Like you see froth of waves.
Am I far enough underwater I could see it if there was just
there's nothing directly next to you, if that's the question.
Okay.
But this is seawater at night. Like you have a very short range of vision.
If I change into a dolphin, would it be better?
Maybe.
Okay, I'm
Do
gonna
they have
change
dark
into a
vision?
dolphin. No.
Well, I guess
look.
it's wild shape, so you will have dark vision in whatever form you're in.
Yeah, so I'm gonna change into a dolphin so I can actually see under the water a little bit better and get in the water. I guess it's probably not smart, but
Sure. You dive into the water and turn into a dolphin.
yeah. So can I go back towards where it would have been? Can I, kind of
Swim
figure out
back a
how
bit.
far we've been? Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. Dirty 20.
30-20. You don't see whatever thing caused that splash. But you do see floating down, sinking into the water, a necklace with a blue gem. And that's where I'll pick up next week. Actually, that's where we'll pick up in 2 weeks, because we're going to be off next week.
You can't do this to me.
Point of order, dolphins have blind sense for 60 feet, so anywhere within that, they would have picked it up.
The point still stands.
Damn!
Yeah.
Hey,
So,
you can't do this to me. I can't do this right now.
Skaboonk.
2 weeks.
And
I
Laura's
told
the
you it was going to end on a
only
cliffhanger.
person that knows.
We can figure out another cliffhanger that's not this.
I want this to be the cliffhanger.
Too bad.
Oh man.
Hey,
Right.
you rolled it.
Why do we have to have next week? Oh,
You
Why
rolled a
do
9.
we have next week off?
why do we have to have next week? Oh,
It's
my
Labor
God.
Day.
I know. We have good reasons.
Oh,
Yeah, it's Labor
We
Day.
have
Isaac's
good
out of
reasons.
town. Elizabeth's got plans.
Makes
So
sense.
yeah,
didn't
so
like- I didn't
enjoy
like that. I just-
the holiday.
general.
Enjoy Labor Day. And we'll see everybody in 2 weeks to figure out what the fuck. So thank you guys for watching. This episode will go up live on YouTube on Thursday, and then we will be back in 2 weeks, Monday, 7:30 Eastern, for whatever the fuck happens next. Bye, guys.